15 seconds to air. Stand by, all cameras.
Ready with slow motion and isolated cameras.
Stand by, videotape, and roll tape.
The tape is rolling in less than 5, in 3, 2, 1.
Take tape.
From the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, Los Angeles, California, on a cool, breezy night. And tonight, a critical game for the Washington Redskins. The Redskins, led by 10-year veteran quarterback Billy Kilmer. Kilmer, who's been the inspirational leader of the Redskins from the start of their fantastic season. Tonight, they face the Los Angeles Rams, led by quarterback Roman Gabriel. Gabriel, also a 10-year veteran, and the unquestionable leader of this Ram team that is battling the San Francisco 49ers for the lead in the NFC's Western Division. And NFL Monday Night Football is brought to you by Mercury, where better ideas make better cars. It's as simple as that. Mercury makes better cars. At the sign of the cat. And by Gillette Foamy Shave Cream, for the good, close shave with protection against nicks.
The Washington Redskins against the Los Angeles Rams. Billed as a grudge match. George Allen coming back home in his own words, as you just heard them, perhaps the biggest game of my coaching career. 9 former Rams in his entourage, and 4 of them in the starting lineups, offensive and defensive, against the team and the players that he made winners of. So we've got a big one tonight, and especially as the game relates to potential playoff berths. Quickly in that regard, to recap for you viewers, the American Football Conference has already been decided in terms of playoff berths, although the American Football Conference's Eastern Division champion has yet to be determined. Miami and Baltimore, however, will both be in it, and of course Kansas City and Cleveland have already clinched their division titles, so they'll be in the playoffs. In the NFC, 2 spots remain open. Dallas and Minnesota are already in. Washington, with a win or a tie tonight, could be in, and Los Angeles, still facing the challenge of San Francisco, must win tonight in order to move a half game ahead of the 49ers. A loss would put them behind San Francisco. Now to this Redskin team of George Allen's, and what man better qualified to analyze them in the total chronicle of the sport than Don Meredith?
Can't think of a single one, Howard. The thing about the Washington Redskins is for many years they've been known as an offensive team, not very much on defense. Defense has been George Allen's forte, not to be confused with Chet Forte, our director, but he has been strong for defense. The main reason the Washington boys have been offensively oriented is because of Sonny Jurgensen. Sonny was hurt in preseason this year and has not been able to play very much. He came back about a month ago, was re-injured, but in the words of George Allen, he says, tonight you can expect to see Sonny back in the action. We're going to have some big plays out of Sonny, and he can make them. Last year, for the first time in the history of the Redskins, a running back ran for over 1,000 yards, and that would be Larry Brown. Larry Brown has also been hampered with a few injuries this year, but has still gained 825 yards. He's hoping to make it 1,000 yards 2 years in a row. On defense, Jack Pardee, one of the men that was traded from the Rams to the Redskins, came with Coach Allen to Washington, has 5 interceptions for the season. The Washington Redskins, as a team, have intercepted 24. Jack is an outstanding leader on defense, wants to coach. He did coach for the Texas A&M Aggies 1 year, came back, and is in his 14th season as a professional linebacker. Jack Pardee will be the leader over there with Myron Patios, another ex-Ram. Let's find out what the Los Angeles Rams, the team that Coach Allen left to go to Washington, what are they doing over there with L.A.? What's L.A. doing, Frank? Frank Everett's going to tell us about them.
I'm still working on Forte. Very good, Dean. The Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Redskins, it's an emotional bath here in this massive Coliseum. The players have been making comments all week long on both sides. It has boiled down to, well, it's not sudden death for either team because either team could lose. They'd still be alive, but the string is running out. Tommy Prothero has done a great job with this Los Angeles Ram team, the rookie coach from UCLA, where he had such a successful head coaching career. He has some truly good talent. He has Roman Gabriel, a quarterback whom we've already mentioned a few moments ago. Roman Gabriel, who guides a very strong offense. Watch Joe Schiavelli, number 71 and 65, Tom Mack, their offensive guards tonight. They'll explain why maybe Willie Ellison has picked up 929 yards thus far in the season. Willie Ellison closing in on 1,000 yards. John Brockington did it yesterday. Floyd Little did it yesterday. Willie Ellison might do it tonight. Willie Ellison has another axe to grind, so to speak. He didn't play much for George Allen. Tommy Prothero came in, looked at the movies, and he said, "This is my running back." And he's having a tremendous year. Roman Gabriel also has two fine outside receivers. Jack Snow, he's the deep threat, number 84, a 7-year veteran from Notre Dame, and of course Lance Rensel. Lance Rensel leads the Rams in receptions. He's also a good runner. He's gained 112 yards on gimmick plays, as some people call them, the end around, the reverse. Keep an eye on Lance Rensel this evening. Maybe he has the best move of any flanker back in the business. They have some young people on this football team, this Ram football team. They have one that is destined for true greatness, number 58, Isaiah Robertson. Isaiah Robertson, the number 1 draft pick, a draft pick obtained from George Allen of the Washington Redskins in a massive trade last May. Watch him this evening, number 58. He plays the weak side linebacker at all times. He'll come on the blitz, and he'll pick up those setbacks coming out of the backfield. But again, there's true emotion around this one this evening. A great defensive unit. You have Dave Jones on the left side, number 75. And you have the Merlin Olsen and Phil Olsen brothers. And there's George Allen pacing the sidelines. It's hard to imagine what's going through his mind. He coached here for 5 years, left last year amid much controversy. He went to the Washington Redskins and undeniably is one of the finest coaches in the game today. He has the best record in the National Football Conference of all the coaches there. Here's a man who had hard luck at the end of the training camp season. He broke a bone in his shoulder. He missed most of the season. He came back a month ago. He bruised it again, but he is ready tonight. And we'll be ready for the kickoff between the Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Redskins after this message.
The Homelight 150 chainsaw is so easy to use, it's the no-sweat chainsaw. It starts easily, has automatic chain oiling, and it's really light. At $149.95, it's the best chainsaw value around. Ask her. The Homelight 150, the no-sweat chainsaw. And now get this working toy chainsaw for only $4 when you buy a Homelight 150. And get this handsome carrying case free at participating Homelight dealers.
That 100-ton railroad car is about to go on a trip. Straight up. Because that's what railroad men have to do in order to lubricate this. It's one of the center plates, and the whole load grinds right down on them. To protect it, that shell engineer invented a new lubricant called the pancake, because it's a round, solid, non-greasy disc. They are simply flipped onto the center plate, and that's all there is to it. It's easy and fast, and the pancake gives better protection against wear from heavy loads than the old-style lubricants. A better way to keep them rolling. A shell engineer created the high-quality railroad pancake, and other shell engineers create high-quality gasolines for your car. Shell, Super Shell, and non-leaded Shell of the future. Shell products perform.
From an emotion-packed Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, we're just about ready for the kickoff between the Los Angeles Rams and the Washington Redskins. A jam-packed house. And now, our national anthem as sung by Johnny Mathis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that
A capacity crowd of 70,000 have jammed the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. You could not buy a ticket for this one from the outset of the season. And who would have thought that the Washington Redskins would be coming in with the kind of record they have? The Washington Redskins will receive to your left. You're looking at the kickoff unit of the Los Angeles Rams. David Ray does the kicking. And you're looking at David Ray as dropping deep for Washington is Speedy Duncan and Mike Bass. Duncan, 45, Bass, 41. And they can roll, particularly Speedy Duncan. An emotional night in Los Angeles, and we're underway. Bobbled. McClinton, I believe, fielded the ball. McClinton had moved out past the 20 to about the 23. He bobbled the ball, and he was dropped there by Isaiah Robertson. Quickly, an offensive rundown for the Washington Redskins. Billy Kilmer will open a quarterback. His setbacks will be Larry Brown and Charlie Haraway. The wide receivers are Jefferson and Boyd Dowler. This is Billy Kilmer from the 22-yard line. Larry Brown met by the middle of the Ram defensive unit. Phil Olsen there, Merlin Olsen, the two brothers. That offensive line for the Washington Redskins, Jim Snowden is the left tackle, number 74. Ray Schonke, 62, the left guard. Len Haas, 56, the center. John Wilbur, a former Ram, number 60, the right guard. Walter Rock, number 76, the right tackle. Jerry Smith, number 87, is the tight end. Setbacks again. Haraway, 31, Brown, 43. Here comes Brown. Good blocking out in front. He's hit. Phil Olsen moved across from his defensive tackle position. Isaiah Robertson helping to strip the blocking out in front of it. Phil Olsen teams with his brother. Phil is number 72. Merlin Olsen, 74. They're the tackles for the Rams. Coy Bacon, the right defensive end. He's number 79. The great Dave Jones, playing physically better than he's played all year long, is at the defensive left side end. First and 10. The ball at the 33-yard line of the Washington Redskins. The first down of the game. Larry Brown. Larry Brown running for good yardage over the 40 to about the 44, close to another first down. Again, Phil Olsen coming across from the right side. At secondary for the Los Angeles Rams, Isaiah Robertson will play the weak side linebacker. He's 58. Marlon McKeever, 86, is in the middle. Jim Purnell, 53, is on the left side, the strong side. Gene Howard, the right cornerback, number 21. Dave Elmendorf, the rookie from Texas A&M, the free safety. Kerman Alexander, the veteran from UCLA, number 39. He's the tight safety. He'll be covering Jerry Smith tonight. And Jim Nettles, the left cornerback, number 19. Short of the first down. The ball at the 43. Second and about a foot. Elmendorf making the safety blitz. Play fake to Brown. Out to Jerry Smith, complete. Jerry Smith inside the Los Angeles Rams 30, driven out of bounds by Dave Elmendorf.
Jerry Smith out for much of the season with an injury, back now, a key factor. I'll never forget, Frank, the first day reported at Carlisle, Pennsylvania, Little Dickinson College, after Lombardi had taken over for the Redskins. He arrived wearing long hair and carrying a guitar. Lombardi barked to an assistant. Who's that? The assistant said Jerry Smith. Lombardi said, the tight end, he's a good one. He can keep the hair and the guitar.
27-yard pickup by Jerry Smith. Kilmer with his first completion. First and 10. The Redskins moving in the first quarter. Jefferson goes motion left. This is Haraway. Haraway met by Dave Jones as a flag goes down at the line of scrimmage. This telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Rams Football Club. It's intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Los Angeles Rams Football Club and the National Football League is prohibited.
Frank, that pass that Jerry Smith called a while ago was a second down and short yardage situation. Kilmer calls all of his plays, and I think he's run the ball club very well. He runs it the way George Allen wants it anyway. It's a conservative type ball club, but when you see him on short yardage like that, he faked the end run to Larry Brown, who's been doing a major part of the ball carrying tonight. Smith was really wide open. There was really not anybody on him. He came across free. It was a good call, good move.
Ordinarily, he should have been covered by Kermit Alexander. You saw the illegal procedure penalty assessed against the Washington Redskins. The defensive captain, Dave Jones, trying to decide whether or not he wanted to cost the Redskins the down or take the yardage. He took the yardage. First down and 15. The Redskins moving now from the Rams' 35-yard line. 262. Larry Brown behind Haraway and John Wilbur, picking up about 3 yards. Marlon McKeever, the middle linebacker, moving in for the stop.
People at home can probably hear Kilmer's call. He's audible 262 3 times in a row, and the first time he did it, I thought it was an audible. In case you're not familiar with the way audibles work, we've got a man hurt down there. Looks like it's Purnell, isn't it?
Jim Purnell is down. He's the left side linebacker, the strong line side backer for the Rams. And with timeout, the score is Los Angeles 0, Washington 0.
This is the new Mercury Marquis, maybe the best riding car in the world. To find out, we put it up against the toughest competition around, with the toughest jury of experts we could find, 50 professional chauffeurs. They compared Mercury's ride, blindfolded, to a $34,000 European limousine with comparable mileage. Compared them for smoothness, for steadiness, for quiet, over the same course, at about the same speeds and driving conditions. The result? 36 out of 50 chauffeurs rated Mercury's ride superior overall to the $34,000 limousine. Certified by the Nationwide Consumer Testing Institute.
It's hard to believe, it really is.
In one word, I think, would probably the Mercury is smooth. Much better ride, and it was quieter also.
Beautiful. I mean, it's just riding on air.
It's a smoother ride. There's no question about it.
I was definitely riding in the better car when I was riding in the Mercury.
Sometimes a blindfold can open your eyes.
Better ideas make better cars.
At the sign of the cat.
Head coach Tommy Prothero walking the sidelines. His Rams 7-4-1, fighting with the San Francisco 49ers. Jim Purnell, linebacker for the Los Angeles Rams, was shaken up. He has been replaced by number 36. That's Ken Geddes, the rookie from Nebraska. Second down, call it 12. The Redskins with the ball on the Rams' 32-yard line. Kilmer screening out to Haraway. Haraway to the 26-yard line. He'll be short of the first down. Phil Olson again and Isaiah Robertson. Phil Olson 72, Isaiah Robertson 58.
Gain of 6 yards.
Pickup of 6 yards.
3rd and 6.
Third down and 6. Jack Youngblood has come in to the Rams defensive line, number 85. All right, from the 27-yard line on third down. Kilmer over the middle is picked off by Kermit Alexander.
Kermit ain't got nothing but stripes in front of him.
No way they're going to get him.
No flags on this one either.
And don't throw it before you get to the goal line, a la Dave Smith.
That pass was intended for Jerry Smith, who was tripped up as he came off the line of scrimmage. It could have been a well-thrown ball, but Jerry Smith stumbled and fell. Kermit Alexander has gone 82 yards for the Rams.
Kermit Alexander, who was the one who left Jerry Smith open on that earlier pass completion. Kermit Alexander, a very great athlete. Go ahead, Don.
Well, he came out of the nose. He was tripped up. Alexander was covering him, and he picked it off in an area where there's just nobody over there except his guys. The flow of the action from the Washington offense was in the other direction. Happy folks here right now.
An abrupt turnabout. The Redskins were moving. This is David Ray on for the conversion. It's good. And with timeout, the score is the Los Angeles Rams 7, the Washington Redskins 0.
The
The Gillette Company is delighted to announce the wet head is dead. Now you don't have to use oil, creams, or even water on your hair. Introducing the Dry Look. The dry way to control hair. Keeps it neat, full, natural, but dry. And only Gillette lets you set just the right degree of control you need. The wet head is dead.
Welcome to the Papermate Christmas Gift Gallery. This contemporary work of art is called the Executive Slim Set, Perfect Gift for Dad. This abstract was created for the $1.95 PowerPoint. Oops. Well, no matter PowerPoint writes at any angle. 2 Papermate Traditionals, Petite and Mark IV, ideal for Mom and Sister. This Christmas, Papermate gift pens and gift boxes are such works of art. We built an entire gallery for them. Tour it in your neighborhood store.
Billy Kilmer has just watched as Kermit Alexander picked off one of his passes, a pass intended for Jerry Smith. Jerry Smith was tripped up. Kermit Alexander went 82 yards. The Rams have moved out in front of the Washington Redskins 7-0. 10 minutes, 45 seconds remain in the first quarter from Los Angeles, California. David Ray to kick off. 45 is Speedy Duncan. 41 is Mike Bass. This will be Speedy Duncan. And he bobbles the ball, touchback. Well, the Redskins will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 20.
The point I wanted to make about Kermit Alexander and calling him a very great athlete is this. When he came up, he was one of the best all-around athletes in football. He played cornerback for many years. Now, in the later stages of his career, Tommy Prothro has moved him to a safety position where wisdom is perhaps more essential than speed, as Willie Wood has proved for a lot of years. And Prothro, incidentally, has put to rout the oft-propagated notion in one season about college coaches not being able to move into the pros and be winners.
All right, from the 20, Kermit Alexander is getting a breather. Roger Williams, 46, is in at the tight safety position. Pitch out, Larry Brown. Out in front, John Wilbur with a block. And Brown moving across the 25 to the 26, hit hard there by Marlon McKeever. Pickup of almost 6 yards. Brown now with 5 carries and 28 yards. Came into the game tonight, 825 yards, as Don mentioned earlier.
Don, after moving the team the way Kilmer did and then having that misfortune, what impact do you feel as a past quarterback it'll have on him?
I think if he's, well, knowing Bill as I do, it's not going to have that much effect on him. He's out there to do a job, and I have a lot of respect for him. He does as well as anybody I've ever seen with what he's got to work with.
He's a pretty loose cat, Billy Kilmer. Been around a while. Sends Jefferson in motion left from the 25 on 2nd down, 2nd and 5. Again, this is Brown behind Haraway. And Jim Nettles moves up. Merlin Olsen, or rather, that is Merlin Olsen this time. Number 74 moves over. Gain of, well, maybe a yard, yard and a half. It's going to be 3rd down. Just about 4 yards for Billy Kilmer. You would have to guesstimate that it would be the passing down for Billy Kilmer. The only passes he hasn't thus far attempted have been to his tight end, Jerry Smith. He now goes to the left side. Roy Jefferson goes out to the left, covered there by Gene Howard. Out to the right is Boyd Dollar, covered by Nettles. Roger Williams, who will be covering Jerry Williams on 3rd and 3 from the 27. The draw play. Charlie Haraway. He'll be close to the 1st down, but he does pick it up. Charlie Haraway. You know, talking about Billy Kilmer, Don, he is one of the looser ones around. I think you have been around with him.
He is, for a fact. One of the things that I think bothers the younger quarterbacks, there's Coach Prothro on the side, is the fact that they do let interceptions and fumbles and bad calls remain in their minds, and the real pros have a way of kind of washing it away, at least momentarily.
And he is a pro, Billy Kilmer. It's 1st and 10 to the Redskins. The ball just beyond their 30-yard line. Play fake. This is going for Roy Jefferson. Jefferson beats Nettles. He'll score.
Gone.
Jim Nettles trying to cover. Jefferson cut back inside. Touchdown, Redskins.
Look at him now. He's happy now.
He sure is, and what a psychological factor this could be in this football game. Coming back as quickly as they did. The big bomb. Roy Jefferson let go by the Baltimore Colts for a variety of reasons, one of which they felt that, well, he was trying to hold them up for too much money and renegotiating a contract already signed over a 2-year span.
Here it is again. You'll notice him faking two, Brown. He comes back. This ball is thrown a little bit to the inside. We'll see Jefferson come back inside of Nettles. Elbendorf overran it. And there's an Owen holding the ball up. So there's another score here.
2 long plays. This is Kurt Knight. Right through the middle for Kurt Knight. And with timeout, the score is Los Angeles 7, Washington 7.
In color TV, there's one name to remember. The one with the totally advanced color TV system, featuring the dependable handcrafted chassis and the patented Chromacolor picture tube, the first tube to fully illuminate every color dot on a jet black background to form a color picture so good it's become the standard of excellence. The name? Zenith Chromacolor. In brilliant new portables and giant screen consoles. Only Zenith has it.
Wherever you find race drivers, you'll find the racer's edge. Because they know nothing protects vital engine parts better than STP oil treatment. And millions of motorists just like you use STP. Because STP keeps their family cars running smoother, cooler, quieter, longer.
STP is the racer's edge.
There he is, Roy Jefferson, just scored the touchdown, which we replayed for you, happy as can be. Roy Jefferson picked up by George Allen wearing the cap behind that yard marker flag there. There he is with a big grin, a reserved man, really, Allen. Guy who's bum-rapped by many, but a guy who does it his way and makes it work, a fine coach.
Deep for the kickoff of Kurt Knight, Travis Williams, and Roger Williams. This is Travis Williams. And he'll stay in the end zone. Travis Williams, who ran one back last week against New Orleans, 105 yards. Tied in the NFL for number of kickoffs returned. All right, taking over on offense for the first time, the Los Angeles Rams. Roman Gabriel, the quarterback, will have Lance Rinsel, 13, as his flanker. Jack Snow, number 84, will be his split end. His running backs will be Willie Ellison, number 33, and Larry Smith, number 38. The tight end is Bob Klein. He's number 80. From the 20, 1st and 10. Larry Smith with a big hole. Larry Smith brought down by Brig Owens, very close to the first down on the first offensive play from scrimmage for the Rams.
Take a look at it from the end zone. This is a draw play. You'll see Roman come back, give the ball number 38, Larry Smith. Great hole opening up in there. You'll see the whole offensive line doing a great job. Larry Smith cut to the outside. That's Hamburger 55, Brig Owens is 23, and Richie Pettibone, number 16, coming in there.
Close to a first down, about a foot. On second down. The ball at the 29-yard line. Smith again. Plenty of yardage for the first down. Over the 35 to the 38. Larry Smith. Myron Patios, middle linebacker, making the stop. That offensive line for the Rams is a good one. Ken Iman made the big block earlier. Now you're looking at number 65, Tom Mack. Let's watch this block. Coming down was Harry Shue, 76. Cross block, big hole. Harry Shue, 76, the right tackle. 65, Tom Mack, the left guard. Charlie Cowan is the left tackle. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They're moving now from their own 38. Rinsel moves out to the right. Snow is out to the left. Now Rinsel moves further in motion to the right. Willie Ellison with a block from Tom Mack. Willie Ellison close to a first down up near the 50-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Richie Pettibone. Richie Pettibone, the tight safety for that Washington Redskin defense. He's a veteran. He's been around 13 years. But Ellison moving towards the 1,000-yard mark. That's what he did last week. Broke the record of Cookie Gilchrist and the great Jim Brown.
That's an amazing feat. 247 yards. He didn't play quite all the ball game. They took him out the latter part of the fourth quarter to obviously a standing ovation. We were talking about it with some of his teammates. He says, you know, To hear those folks just get up and let me know they like what I'm doing, it's sure going to keep me out there again one more week doing the very best I can. Good football player. Happens to be from Texas, incidentally.
Not an easy career for him either, because it is a fact that George Allen, as Frank noted at the top of the show, and always said Willie made key mistakes. Prothrow took one look at the films and said, there's my best back.
1st and 10, the Rams moving the ball on their own 49. It's all tied up, 7 apiece, 7 minutes and 20 seconds remain to be played in the first quarter from Los Angeles.
They try to hit Rinslow with a post on this one. You'll see Rinslow in the slot.
Still moving in motion. Ellison picking up about 4. Verlin Biggs, the defensive right end, he's number 89. We'll set that the Redskin defense for you. Verlin Biggs, number 89 on the right side end. Dyron Talbert, 72. Manuel Sistrunk, 64. They're the tackles. Ron McDowell, 79, the defensive left end. The veteran Jack Pardee in his 14th year, the left side linebacker. He's 32. Myron Patios is in the middle, 66. Chris Hamburger on the right side, he's 55. The ball at the 47-yard line of the Redskins is 2nd down and 6. Rinsel is right. The Rinsel is left now. Snow is right. Gabriel over the middle, intended for his tight end, Klein, and is caught by Willie Ellison downfield, but a marker is down unless a Redskin defender touched the ball between Klein and Ellison. It will be incomplete. And that's exactly what happened. 2 offensive men cannot handle the ball on the deflection. Coming in now are Bill Brundage and Jimmy Jones. They're the pass rush for this Washington Redskin defensive unit, a unit that's number 2 in the National Football Conference. 3rd down and 6. The ball on the Redskins 47.
You might look at number 82, Jimmy Jones, out of Wichita State, a fine athlete. Used to be with the Jets, one of Allen's many pickups, and he thinks one day he can be another Dave Deacon Jones.
On 3rd down, Rinsel goes out to the right. Picked up there by Pat Fisher. Out to the left will be Jack Snow. He picks up Mike Bass, number 41. The zone is starting to roll to Rinsel, who now goes in motion. The inside handoff to Larry Smith. Smith inside the 40, 1st down, Rams.
That was a beautiful play. Very unusual one.
A beautiful call.
That it was. A fine call.
All right, everybody's expecting a pass. They send in their pass rush. You'll see Larry Smith come in. It's a trap back up the middle. They're working on Dyron Talbert pretty well, who was an ex-Ram. Actually, both the tackles in there. Sistrunk was also involved with that. It's kind of a counter, but has also had a trap block, too.
And, of course, the defensive line coming on. 26 yards. 3 carries now for Larry Smith. 1st down, Rams. They're moving on the Redskins' 37-yard line. Both wide receivers, Rinsel and Snow, are out to the right. And here comes Smith again, behind Schiavelli and Mack. And tripped up after a gain of about 2. Chris Hamburger in there to make the stop.
We saw Hamburger go around the block to make that tackle. Hamburger is not very big. No more than 210 pounds. It's pretty light for an outside linebacker. He relies on his speed and his quickness and actually his knowledge of the game to play as well as he does, and he does play exceptionally well. So instead of fighting off these big guards, he outmaneuvered them and came in behind them.
Good man in front of him, too, Verlin Biggs. 2nd down now and 8. The ball at the 34-yard line of the Redskins. Mitchell again goes motion right. Smith again gets the call. Ron McDowell to make the stop, a pickup of about 3. You know, only 1 week remains on the NFL's regular season schedule. There's a good chance that 7 players will rush for more than 1,000 yards. John Brockington, Floyd Little did it yesterday. Nobody knows better than Don and myself just what a real team effort it takes for a 1,000-yard season. So tonight we'd just like to salute all those offensive linemen who open the holes, and you're watching some good ones tonight. Those fellows don't get much publicity, but they really get the job done. It's 3rd down and 3. The ball is on the 30-yard line of the Redskins. Top of the screen, Fisher is covering Rinsel in a bump and run position. And Gabriel lets it go. Fisher is back defending. Good play, Pat Fisher. A little 11-year veteran.
All over him, Frank, in man-to-man coverage.
I'll correct myself. That was Jack Snow being covered by Pat Fisher. He covered him just as good as he covered Lance Rensel.
Yeah, he did. He had them both covered. You know, that was kind of an unusual call by Rome. That was third down and about 2. A while ago, it was third and about 8. He ran a trap play. This time he goes for the bomb with very little finesse. I don't know what that really means, but I just happened to think about it.
All right, David Ray will attempt the field goal. He'll be kicking from the 37-yard line. His longest of the season has been 46. Breezy night. Flag is down. Whistles blew before the ball was snapped. Against the Redskins, field goal is good. I believe that was called.
I think it's right over the center. It looks like maybe it's an offsides or something. There, you saw it right there. Let's see who that is. I can't tell who it is, but it's an offside penalty, so they're going to take that penalty and give them a first down, Frank.
A field goal must not have been good. We got the indication. It was good. They took the penalty. All right, 1st and 10. Rams moving from the 25. Rensel again, motion right. Gabriel with both backs out. Going for Rensel, he drops the ball.
He did. For a matter of fact, he had him beat to the inside. That was Fisher that time covering Rensel, but not very well. Not as well as he did Jack Snow a while ago. And Lance certainly is not very pleased with that one. Good throw by Roman. An in route. He had gone straight down the field and come in a little bit.
You were questioning Roman's recent play call, Don. For years here in Los Angeles, there have been many who have called him Predictable Roman. Maybe he is becoming unpredictable under the leadership aegis of Prothero.
It's possible. I really wasn't questioning it now, Howard. I was just pointing it out.
2nd down and 10. The ball at the 25-yard line. Bill Brundage, Jimmy Jones have come into the Washington defensive unit as Lance Rensel comes motion right. That puts both wide receivers on the right side. Oh! Gabriel hits Willie Ellison, and Willie Ellison is really unloaded upon.
Jack
Pardee, number 32.
Pardee's probably seen those screens run a lot of times in practice, Frank, because he didn't go anywhere. He played his position extremely well. Watched the flow of the backs cross and come out. I imagine that, however, though, he was reading through the line. He picked it up through the lines rather than the back.
Well, in 14 years, you see just about everything.
He and John Wilbur, both ex-Rams, were funny last night before practice. They said Allen will keep them alive forever. There's Johnny Wilbur.
It's 3rd down and 10. The ball at the 25. Ellison Smith, the setbacks. Wide receivers are Rensel now motioning right, picking up Pat Fisher out there. This one intended for Rensel, who was bumping around with Pat Fisher, but no flags go down. All right, on the field again will come David Ray.
Well, there goes Roman, and here's Rensel on the replay. What did...
Well, that's just a bump. They blitzed, he didn't bump him. He just tripped up on his ankles, it looked like, as he made the cut. And again, those officials are right.
What kind of pass was that?
One that you get off in a hurry, Pally. They blitzed safety in him on that time, and nobody was blocking him.
It was getting crowded as we look at David Ray. He'll be kicking from the 32-yard line on this attempt. Missed it through the middle. No flags. It's good. 3 points. From the 32-yard line, David Ray.
The Redskins 7.
Just a reminder that on the Monday nights ahead, the Liberty Bowl, Arkansas versus Tennessee. That's next Monday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And the North-South Shrine game on Monday, December the 27th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Then NBA basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the New York Knickerbockers at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, January 3rd. All coming up on future Monday nights. So the Rams move out in front of the Washington Redskins, 10-7. David Ray gets set to kick off. Speedy Duncan and Mike Bass go deep. Redskins like Duncan to handle the football when at all possible. He's averaging just about 27 yards a return.
For the Rams, Duncan, Bass, and Jaquan. Deep for the Redskins.
Leslie Speedy Duncan leads the league in punt returns. This one will be handled by Jakwa. Across the 20 to the 24. Redskins will take over. 1st and 10 on their own. Call it the 23-yard line.
First and 10 on the 23 for the Redskins.
So much pressure here this evening. As we said, both teams could lose and still move into the playoffs. The string is running shorter on 1st and 10. Victor McNeil is in the game. He moves out to the left side. So Larry Brown. Larry Brown will be dumped for a loss. Coming up quick was Gene Howard, the right cornerback. Loss of about 2 yards for Larry Brown. 3 minutes and 5 seconds with the clock moving remain to be played in the first quarter. The Rams out in front of the Washington Redskins 10-7. It'll be 2nd down now and 12 for Billy Kilmer. Ball on the 22-yard line. Jumps off. Did he get back? A flag is down as Larry Brown is also down at the 25-yard line. Marlon McKeever moving over to make the stop along with Isaiah Robertson. Kermit Alexander is now back in the game.
That'll happen to David from time to time, as you know, Frank. Very, very quick. So quick that sometimes he's too quick. We were just advised by a diminutive figure in the truck that some call David Deacon, but Dandy and I have elected to call him David.
I call him Mr. Jones.
I call him whatever he wants.
That's right.
He is some kind of football player. 6'5", 250 in his 11th year, and physically better for this game than he's been all year. Jack Youngblood is in the right defensive end for the Rams. His 2nd down now and 8 from the 27. This one out to Roy Jefferson. Hit there by Nettles. He'll be short of the 1st down. Moves up to about the 33-yard line. There's Jack Youngblood. He'll come out. And Corey Bacon will come back in.
What a player that Youngblood is going to be. Youngblood, Elmendorf, and Robertson. 3 tremendous rookies that Prothrow has. And add Phil Olson, number 72, too, if you will. Prothrow has rebuilt his team and kept it a winner.
3rd down, a long one. Ball at the 32.5-yard line. Larry Brown, and he's tripped up. Larry Brown tripped up there by Marlon McKeever, who came in behind the pulling guard from his middle linebacking position. The Redskins will have to punt.
Marlon McKeever, who really wants to show up George Allen, who traded him not once, but twice.
And dropping deep, Kermit Alexander, number 39, and number 13, Lance Rensel.
And Alexander deep.
Mike Bragg will do the punting for the Redskins. Averaging just a shade over 40 yards is Mike Bragg. This one, well, there was a fair catch indicated by Kermit Alexander, and maybe he should have fair caught the ball because it moves all the way down to the 10-yard line. 59-yard punt.
You know, this Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports at 5 o'clock Eastern and Pacific, 4 Central Time, the Tournament of Thrills Autocross Championship from Tampa, Florida, the U.S. Open Pocket Billiards Championship from Chicago, Illinois, and the all-time NBA consecutive victory streak, the Lakers' victory over the Atlanta Hawks last night. That's this Saturday on ABC's Wide World of Sports.
This is Roman Gabriel. He has the Rams out in front of the Redskins 10-7. Seconds remaining in the first quarter. Larry Smith, and Larry Smith is upended hard there by Jack Pardee. Helping out, number 16, Richie Pettibone, all the way up from his safety position. Pickup of about 3.
You guys ever watch that Autocross Championship? Wild stuff.
They tell me it really is. Here's Jack Pardee that's going to make this tackle. You'll see number 32 coming in from his outside linebacker position. Larry Smith came on an off-tackle play, actually to the other direction. Pardee covers a lot of ground.
It'll be 2nd down and 7. Ball at about the 12-yard line for the Rams. Setbacks are Ellison, 33, Smith, 38. Both backs out for Gabriel. Firing to Snow, and he can't hold on to it. Snow in a crowd there. Myron Patios dropping back.
Oh, boy.
I paint it like it is. What do you do there, Don?
I ride to something. I add the, what? I add the Garland. And what does Howard do?
The old and the new.
Well, they've done it up great. Sure nice to be here in L.A.
Especially whether it's with the weather so warm.
Watch Patios cover for a pass in this last play. Jack Snow is right in between Patios and Fisher. Roman threw that one in there, but that's a good job for a middle linebacker. A lot of times these guys are not nearly as good against the pass as they are against the run. There's a good one for you. That's Studstill.
Okay, on 3rd down. Pat Studstill is on to do the punting. Got me on that one. I guess they wanted to use the wind before the quarter ran out. They did not want to kick against the wind, so they kicked on 3rd down.
They did that once against Dallas. Frank, I don't know. It's one of the pro throws.
Gadgets.
Well, you call it what you want to. There's a lot of reasons that they might do it, but I don't know too many of them.
You're right. He did it against Dallas, and it was part of the many quotes that appeared this week in the L.A. papers. A gadget play, and George Allen quickly reposted, "You don't win with gadget play."
Okay, Speedy Duncan made the fair catch. The ball will be at the 47-yard line. Again, we'll remind you of that very strong wind that is gusting here at times. California's thing is very cold. It's 49, and it is cool. This goes to Larry Brown. Larry Brown up to the 49-yard line. You can see the flag. It's kind of died down at this moment, but obviously that was the reason for Tommy Prothro to punt on the 3rd down. And that's the end of the first quarter. With the score, the Los Angeles Rams 10, the Washington Redskins 7.
Christmas 1971. And to add a bit of joy to your holiday season, Goodyear presents The Joyous Songs of Christmas. Starring Barbra Streisand, Andy Williams, Tony Bennett, Lena Horne, Danny Kaye, the Mormon Tabernacle Choir, Percy Faith, Johnny Mathis, Carol Burnett, Ray Conniff, Jim Neighbors, the Lennon Sisters, Bobby Sherman, the Philadelphia Orchestra, Eugene Ormandy conducting. 14 artists, 14 selections to add to the joy of your Christmas. Only $1 at Goodyear service stores and most Goodyear dealers.
I'm Fran Tarkenton of the New York Giants. Sometimes there's no place to hide. Make sure you don't try to hide behind a curtain of drugs.
And I think I speak for Don and Howard. It has been great for us. We've had some truly great football games throughout the entire season. The Redskins, 1st and 10. They have the ball at the 49-yard line, their own 49-yard line. They trail by 3 as we begin the second quarter. Boyd Dowler moves out to the left. Roy Jefferson moving out to the right. 43. Larry Brown, 31. Haraway are the setbacks. Kilmer looking for Jefferson. Jefferson again beats Nettles to the sidelines, but is he in bounds?
Yes, he is, and he's having a field day with Mr. Nettles.
He did a fine job on him that time as we look at the offensive statistics for the first quarter. Washington 2 plays more in terms of possession, but look at that yards passing.
Yes, sir. Roman is having a hard evening passing. The running game is working beautifully for him, and they're ahead on the basis of that 82-yard pass interception and touchdown run by number 39, Kermit Alexander. Plus the field.
First and 10, Redskins. They're on the 32-yard line of the Rams. 37-yard line, make it. Larry Brown runs into a lot of trouble. Oh, does he draw a crowd? Gene Howard finally hits Larry Brown, moving him all the way back across the 50-yard line. Mark it at the 49 of the Redskins.
He saw nothing but white shirts. Watch Larry Brown on this one.
It's a quick pitch. He goes out. You'll see Coy Bacon, 79. In my opinion, that was a mistake by Brown right there. He's giving ground, and yet there was really not any place for him to go. When a play doesn't work, usually the best thing to do is go ahead, write that one off, and come back and let's get another one. That one really didn't work. Lost a lot of yards. They were in field goal range before that play.
All right. It's second down now. Long yardage. Ball at 22 yards. The ball at the 49 of the Redskins. And if the Rams blitz at all, they like to blitz on second and long yardage. Larry Brown on the draw call. Larry Brown taken out of bounds.
He did make an ill-advised run on that last play, Don, as you suggested, but what a ball player he turned out to be. Came from Kansas State. Lombardi couldn't believe his eyes when he first looked at him. Worked with him, made him into a truly fine running back. The guy has rejected knee surgery. They said he wouldn't be able to play without it, and instead he's having another fine year.
Great little football player. He's not the biggest around, 195 pounds, but he runs like a small tank. This third down now on 18 for Billy Kilmer. The ball resting just outside the 45-yard line of the Rams. Roy Jefferson goes motion right. Kilmer with the screen to Brown. He can't find the handle. And it was set up. John Wilbur, 60, was there. Haas was there, 56. Larry Brown could not hold on to the football.
Let's watch this one here. You'll see Haraway, he's in there with Robertson. Let's watch it go. What he's trying to do is get back over here in position to block for this screen. All right. Haraway didn't like that.
All right, we're going to see a Kurt Knight field goal attempt with the wind behind his back. He'll be kicking from the 52-yard line. He's got it up.
It's good. We are getting some great field goal kicks in these Monday night games.
You think they're not happy? Look at them.
How about that? And with timeout, the score is the Rams 10 and the Redskins 10.
The House of Windsor creates Mark IV cigars from the finest blends of international vintage tobaccos, wraps them in imported natural leaf, and puts them in this unusually handsome, tastefully rich humidor box. You know, the kind people like to keep for themselves.
Let's go, Alice. Alice?
We'll do a zig out to Shirley's desk and I'll hit you short, okay? Give me some blocking this time, will you? Okay, on 3, break.
Ever since Arrow introduced its knit dress shirt, offices are suddenly a lot more active.
Hey, wait a minute.
Maybe it's because Arrow's knit dress shirt is just like a sports shirt in feel, performance, and comfort.
Tag her, Harvey. Tag her. Come on.
Arrow dress knits. You feel dressed down, you look dressed up.
Touchdown.
Kurt Knight hitting from 52 yards out. He had a wind behind his back, but he hit it absolutely perfect. Kurt Knight, who came into this weekend's play in the National Football Conference, leading all the scores. And he has hit on 27 of 43 attempts for the year. Gene Howard and Roger Williams are deep for the Rams. Travis Williams is on the sidelines having his ankle taped, or so we've been informed. And so it'll be Gene Howard from the 5. Howard breaking tackles, getting back to the 27-yard line. Schonke making the stop.
We mentioned field goals on Monday nights. Last week, Dandy, remember we had the 54-yarder from Jan Stenerud of Kansas City. Knight's ball just went over the bars, as the viewers saw in the replay, just over the bar. Remember the time Hank Stram put Morris Stroud back there to try and block one by Blanda?
All right, the Rams take over, 1st and 10. They'll move from their own 27-yard line. Ellison, 33. Smith, 38, the setbacks. Wide receivers, Snow and Ritzel, the top of your screen. Smith gets the call. Moving behind Schiavelli, but nailed right at the line of scrimmage. Myron Patios coming up from the bottom of the pile. No gain on the play. There's Roman Gabriel having a difficult night, as Howard indicated a while ago. 2nd down and 10. Rams moving from the 28, their own 28. Rimsel is right, Snow is left. Rimsel motion out to the right. He picks up Pat Fisher. Out of the backfield and almost picked off. That pass intended there for Larry Smith. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Gabriel, who now is 0-7. Roman Gabriel came in to tonight's game. He had thrown 15 touchdown passes.
He was quoted all week as saying, "I'm going to pass the ball right down George Allen's throat." Last night at practice, George Allen indicated to us that he had gotten a call from Roman during the week denying the quote, and George Allen still is quoted as saying Gabriel is the best at his position.
So far, he wouldn't have been able to hit him. It's 3rd down and 10 from the 28. Both the wide receivers, Rimsel and Snow, move out to the left. Pat Kern is in to tie it in. Jack Snow, and he is open. He'll pick up Brig Owens. Jack Snow moving inside the Rams, the Redskins, 30-yard line. 45-yard completion.
He hit for a biggie on that, and Snow ran a perfectly beautiful pattern. Pick it up, Don.
I want to see how he got so wide open. We'll see him come in from a little short split there. There's just not anybody there. Ritzel and Snow were on the same side. Very simple crossing pattern, but no one was there. Don't know what defense they were in, but I have a feeling someone missed an assignment.
Big gain for the Rams. They'll now have 1st and 10 on the 27-yard line of the Redskins. Matt Maslowski is in, the wide receiver, to give Jack Snow a brief rest. He goes out wide to the left. Maslowski, number 48. Now Rimsel will work his way back via the motion to the left. Screen goes to Ellison. Ellison tripped up inside the 25 by Myron Patios.
And Chris Hanberger played that beautifully, too. They didn't get him out of the play.
Both those guys are reading it very well. Patios does a great job from his middle linebacker position to come over. And Hanberger did react very well and come back up. Keep that one just about a 2-yard gain.
Where it'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 23-yard line. 11 minutes and 22 seconds remain in the first half. It's all tied up. The Rams 10, the Redskins 10 in a crucial game here in Los Angeles. Ellison is hit hard by Richie Pettibone. Pickup of about 3 yards. And we have been informed that Jim Purnell, who was shaken up in the first quarter, has a slight concussion. Maslowski comes out of the ball game. Back comes Jack Snow. An ABC Sports exclusive coverage of NFL Monday Night Football pauses 5 seconds for station identification.
Television 7, Washington.
On 3rd and 2. Ball at the 18-yard line of the Washington Redskins. Ellison. Cowan was out in front blocking, but Myron Patios, number 66, the linebacker, middle linebacker, moved in behind to make the stop, I believe, short of the 1st down.
Let's take a look at this. This is Patios from the middle linebacker. It's a quick pitch out to the left. Ellison has got good size and good speed. No one has really come out of the line to block on Patios, so he's just reading the key. position to come over. And Henberger did react very well and come back up. Keep that one just about a 2-yard gain.
Where it'll be 2nd down and 8. The ball at the 23-yard line. 11 minutes and 22 seconds remain in the first half. It's all tied up. The Rams 10, the Redskins 10 in a crucial game here in Los Angeles. Ellison is hit hard by Richie Pettibone. Pickup of about 3 yards. And we have been informed that Jim Purnell, who was shaken up in the first quarter, has a slight concussion. Maslowski comes out of the ball game. Back comes Jack Snow. An ABC Sports exclusive coverage of NFL Monday Night Football pauses 5 seconds for station identification.
Television 7, Washington.
On 3rd and 2. Ball at the 18-yard line of the Washington Redskins. Ellison. Cowan was out in front blocking, but Myron Patios, number 66, the linebacker, middle linebacker, moved in behind to make the stop, I believe, short of the first down.
Let's take a look at this. This is Patios from the middle linebacker. It's a quick pitch out to the left. Ellison has got good size and good speed. No one has really come out of the line to block on Patios, so he's just reading the key in the pitch and did get there before it was a first down. It's 4th down and about a yard now, Frank, and it looks as if they're going to go for it.
And it is 4th down and 1. David Ray stays on the sidelines. Well, we got Larry Smith. We got Willie Ellison. I've seen Gabriel on another day throw on 4th and 1. Fumbled the football, but I believe after he was down, and I believe he'll be short. Byron Talbert moving over from his defensive tackle position. He is short.
What's your view of that call, Don?
Oh, man, I don't know. Here it is. It's 4th down. Let's see what's happening. He's got Mack out in front of him, Ellison out in front of him. Trying to make the cut up. I suppose it was an option run or pass. I'm sure it was. That is Byron Talbert coming in from his defensive tackle. And Myron, that was Jack Pardee, I guess, number 32. That was also in the linebacker situation. That was a tough call. I would personally take the 3 points and let my defense get the ball back for me.
That's the truth.
Well, it's not necessarily the truth. That's just an opinion. But, of course, they could have ran it on through, picked up a first down, and gotten that 7 points. We're still early in the ball game, though. This is the first half. And I really think it'd be very easy to second-guess him on his decision to go for it. His 4th down is a pretty long yard.
Against a pretty tough defensive
I was just
unit.
going to say that, too. They've done
second
very
against
well.
the rush in the National Football Conference.
And as Don mentioned, Darren Talbot figured in that play, Myron Patios in the former play, just to show you what this game means to those two former Rams. When we had the Rams at Baltimore, they came up that Monday night. They wanted to see the Rams firsthand and scout them firsthand.
Well, it's the Redskins' ball now, and it's all turned around. Let's see what old Bill's going to come up with. He's already thrown 2 touchdown passes, one for his side and one for the other.
1st and 10 now from the 18-yard line, the Redskins. This is Charlie Haraway moving behind John Wilbur and breaking tackles. Finally stopped there by Dave Jones, Isaiah Robertson.
There's Georgie boy. Some say he has the best contract in Washington, even including the President of the United States. Ed Bennett Williams, the legal beagle who runs the Redskins, is quoted as saying, "When I hired George, I gave him an unlimited expense account, and he exceeded it within 3 weeks."
A lot of folks out here wish he was going to Peking instead of President Nixon.
All right, we have
past that.
It's a good idea.
Redskin 1st down. Just good second effort on the part of Charlie Haraway. Well, at about the 28-yard line now for the Redskins. 8 minutes, 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Again, in a crucial game to both of these ball clubs. It's all tied up at 10 apiece. Billy Gilmer puts Jefferson out to the right, where he'll meet Jim Nettles out to the left. It's Boyd Dollar. He attracts Gene Howard. Larry Brown driven down at the 32-yard line. Isaiah Robertson coming all the way across to make that stop, along with Marlon McKeever. Pickup of about 3. It'll be second down, and we'll call it 7.
What a young player that is. There have been some fine young linebackers to come in this year. Villapiano, number 41 of the Raiders. But this young man is truly exceptional. 2 tackles and 4 assists so far today.
From the 32, Larry Brown gets the call. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage. He runs into Phil Olson and Merlin Olson, the brother act. Which runs the smallest? Phil, he goes 265. Merlin goes 270. Both of them 6'5".
Miss Olson fed him real well.
All right. Now we'll call it a gain of about a yard. It'll be third down and 7 as the Rams send in another fine rookie, Jack Youngblood. He moves out to the defensive left end position. On the sideline, Cerny Jurgensen trying to keep warm on a cool California night. Jefferson is wide to the right, Dowler wide left. Gilmer to Jerry Smith. It's complete. Jerry Smith dropped there by Kermit Alexander and Gene Howard.
He really
got popped, Don.
He did for a fact. He hung in there. He was hanging around in there, man, and zipped that one right down the middle. It's a tough place for a quarterback to throw when he's got a strong rush, because obviously it blocks your vision, but he threw that one right in the middle, and it was on target.
And Jerry Smith got popped pretty good, too, but he picks up the first down. It's at the 43-yard line, the 42-yard line of the Washington Redskins. 6 minutes, 25 seconds remaining in the first half from Los Angeles. Jefferson right. Dowler left. I believe a Ram has his hands on the football. It looks like Phil Olson. It is Phil Olson. Larry Brown never seemed to have control of that ball.
2 critical turnovers, Frank, in the first half thus far for the Redskins. Let's have another look at this.
That was actually to Haraway in there. I don't believe he did have control of it. I don't know why. It looked like the angle that he was trying to take to go to the hole was not correct.
And with timeout, the score is Los Angeles 10, Washington 10.
America. Merrill Lynch is bullish on America. In the years ahead, we see America growing in many different ways. That's why we've moved into different kinds of investments. Not just stocks, but bonds, mutual funds, real estate, a lot of ways to put your money to work. America. Merrill Lynch is bullish on America.
Usually when you rent a car, you pay a mileage charge, which is okay for short rentals. But if you're renting longer and doing lots of driving, those miles can get pretty costly. Well, at most, but not all locations, Hertz now has pay-nothing per mile rates, good for 4 days or more. So you can drive a Ford or similar sedan all the miles you want without paying a mileage charge. Just pay for gas and return the car where you rented it. Beat the mileage charge at Hertz.
With 6 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the first half, it's all tied up at 10 apiece, the Rams and the Redskins. Charlie Haraway has fumbled the football. The Rams have possession, first and 10. They're moving from the Redskins' 45. Snow is out left, Rensel to the right. This is Smith scrambling down to about the 41-yard line.
The interesting thing about the game thus far as it relates to Coach George Allen is this. He builds his whole strategy on caution, conservatism, as Don put it earlier. His team not making mistakes. Give me the ball 5 times on turnovers, he'll say, in any given game, I'll win it. Thus far, 2 critical turnovers, both by Allen's team. There's Tommy Prothro, who hopes his Rams will capitalize on the most recent one.
Pickup of a long 3. It's second down. Make it 6.5. Ball at the 41-yard line of the Redskins. Oh, and hit hard is Larry Smith. He runs into Manny Sistrunk. Dyron Talbert's there. Sistrunk, 64. Fine defensive line. And now the pass rushers will come in. The top of your screen, 77, Bill Brundage. 82, Jimmy Jones. It'll be third down and 9.
Mr. Biggs was also in on that last one. Frank?
Erland Biggs.
From Jackson State.
The ball at the 43-yard line, at the 44-yard line now, the Redskins. Snow and Rensel both go wide left. It's on third down. Both backs circling out. Larry Smith cutting back, getting down to the 25, first down Rams. Mike Bass finally made the stop at the 25-yard line.
Once again, Don, we have the situation of an absolutely unattended receiver.
It's a mistake by one of the linebackers. Larry Smith came out of the backfield, and he was totally unattended.
And a fine reading job on the part of Roman Gabriel. His job, Don, I suppose, to read that middle linebacker, hit the man who is not picked up.
Absolutely, Frank. Read the middle linebacker and go to the safeties.
Gabe has now hit 3 in a row. First and 10 Rams are on the 25-yard line of the Redskins. Snow left, Rensel right. Here it comes for Ellison. Oh, off the fingertip, wide open. Jack Pardee was trying to cover, and Gabriel does not like that.
Can't blame Gabe on that one. He's 3 out of 11 now, and he could have been 4 out of 11 with a touchdown in the bank.
Boy, that makes you feel bad when you have to go back to the huddle like that.
Never happened to you, Giff.
No, it happened over and over. Come back, and watch Gabriel. He'll say it's okay. He's the kind of man that might come right back with it. He'll come back soon to a play to Willie Ellison. All right, second down now, and 10 from the 25. Both wide receivers again go left. Gabriel with the draw fake. Fires out to Smith. One-hands it. Smith, pickup of about 2. Mike Bass moving up to make the stop, number 41. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remain to be played in the first half.
Brundage and Jones coming in again. McDowell goes out. He's had some year for George Allen, too. Supposedly washed up when Buffalo unloaded him.
Third down now and 7. Pat Kern comes into the lineup for the Rams, tight end. The ball at the 22-yard line. Snow out left. Rensel in the slot, bottom of your screen, actually indicating to Gabriel where he's going. Gabriel in the traffic and off the hands of Kern. He can't hold on to it. Oh, and Gabriel has had some real bad luck.
Had a tough time on that series. A touchdown dropped, and that was a first down. Who kept that drive going there for the touchdown they're trying to get. Field goal attempt.
David Ray coming on. David Ray, 15 out of 24.
2 minutes, 57 seconds left to go in the half. Not a bad football game, gentlemen. About as close as everybody expected thus far.
I'll tell you, they're hitting down there. Both of them know what's on the line. This field goal attempt of David Ray's will come from the 29-yard line. Blocked. Blocked there, I believe, by Brig Owens. That ball, I believe, was blocked by Factor.
Ted
Factor came in, number 29, from his left side outside position, and he really got in on David Ray.
Looks to be, I believe this one is just slow getting off because he did come in. He was not blocked, but it's almost impossible for a guy to come from that far away and block one of them.
And with timeout, the score is Los Angeles 10, Washington 10.
Be an old smoothie, be an old softy. Your beard's like putty in the hands of a cream like me. I'm a rich shave cream, #1 shave cream. I'll shave you clean and close, try and see.
Gillette Foamy, you sure shaved me clean and close. Now I'm an old smoothie.
Lemon lime,
menthol,
surf spray, regular foamy.
For some time now, Gillette has known that if you could shave with 2 razors at once, you could get a better shave because you'd be shaving with 2 separate blades. Gillette introduces the 2-bladed razor, the new Gillette Track 2 twin-blade shaving system. 2 separate blades to get whisker 1 blade could miss. The new Gillette Track 2. It's 1 blade better than whatever you're using now.
2 minutes and 49 seconds remain in the first half. Ted Baxter has just blocked a David Ray attempted a field goal. It remains tied up at 10 apiece. This is Billy Kilmer. Ball at the 38-yard line. Kilmer looking for Roy Jefferson, and he has him down inside Ram territory.
Once again, Jimmy Nettles, number 19, who had his moment of glory and a key interception for a touchdown in the second L.A. victory over San Francisco. But Roy Jefferson's eating them up tonight.
Pretty cool cookie, Billy Kilmer, too, because he was under a lot of pressure. Watch Baxter again coming in from his left side. Actually, Pardee went to the inside, drawing all the blockers. And Baxter, with his great speed from the outside, made the block. 1st and 10 for the Redskins. They're on the 35-yard line of the Rams.
36,
Haraway, you saw the 36 call, and that's just what you got. I know a lot of the pros maybe out there watching this picked up that call. 36, the 3 back through the 6 hole. Isaiah Robertson there to make the stop. Pickup of about 2. There's the time remaining in the first half.
Well, comedian Buddy Hackett and actress Leslie Caron visit Dick Cavett in Hollywood on the Dick Cavett Show tomorrow night at 11:30, 10:30 Central Time here on ABC. Dick's been staying at our hotel, went horseback riding yesterday, and he was a superb equestrian.
And he rides well. The ball at the 32-yard line of the Rams. The Redskins with 2nd down and 8. Kilmer going deep for Dowler. Or McNeil in the end zone. Clifton McNeil.
That was thrown right on the money.
Gene Howard was the man that Clifton McNeil got behind.
What a happy moment for little Clifton. A much-traveled ball player. Once led the league in receiving. We'll have another look at it. You see Kilmer back safely in the pocket, yet late pressure. And McNeil out there. McNeil given up on by the New York Football Giants.
Kurt Knight comes on for the conversion. The Redskins now have moved out in front. And Knight drilling it. Redskins taking a 17-10 lead. You know, we've had a lot of great play on Monday Night Football, and we'd like to remind you on the Mondays coming up, we have the Liberty Bowl, Arkansas versus Tennessee. That's next Monday at 9 Eastern Time. Then the North-South Shrine game on Monday, December the 27th. Don and I'll be down there for that one. That'll be 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Then NBA basketball, the Milwaukee Bucks versus the New York Knicks at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. That'll be January the 3rd. But we have a lot of the Ram-Redskin game remaining here this evening. The Redskins 8-3-1. The Rams 7-4-1.
There is a hush in the arena. The Ram fans don't quite believe it.
All right, Kurt Knight kicks off. Travis Williams back in the game, but this is fielded by Roger Williams. He bobbles it, and he fumbles the football. The Redskins have it.
Unbelievable.
Oh. Baxter again, I believe, recovered that football. Ted Baxter at the 4-yard line. And the breaks are coming their way. A Redskin team that has capitalized on breaks all year long. Watch Roger Williams now at the 5-yard line. He never does get control of it. He picks it up here, doesn't put it away. Looks like it was knocked out of his hand by his own man, and Ted Baxter comes up with it at the 4-yard line. So the Redskins now out in front 17-10 have another big break. It's 1st and goal. Larry Brown, Charlie Haraway, the setbacks. And that will be the 2-minute warning. So, with timeout, the score, the Redskins 17, the Rams 10.
Hi, I'm one of the country's leading bachelors, and I'd like to show you my pad. This is my den. Hello, darling. It features this Panasonic stereo that records 8-track cartridges. I love it a lot. In the game room, I love to play around with this Panasonic stereo. It swings. Something's always cooking in my kitchen to the music of my Panasonic stereo radio. In my studio, this Panasonic can play AM, FM, records, 8-track, and cassette. Welcome to my private concert hall with Quadrasonic, Panasonic's new 4-channel music system. Each speaker plays a different part, like horns, bass, guitar, and drums. It's like sitting in the middle of an orchestra. What's the secret to my success? My personality.
Panasonic, just slightly ahead of our time.
On the sidelines, a happy head coach George Allen, and he's making a lot of people back in Washington happy this evening. And there's a capacity crowd here in Los Angeles as the Redskins take over first and goal. They're on the Rams' 4-yard line. Larry Brown just getting back to the line of scrimmage. He's hit there by the left side of the Rams line. No gain, just back to the line of scrimmage. Dave Jones, Marilyn Olsen, and on the pile.
Frank, what's been the rap on Clifton McNeil that he gravitated from Cleveland to San Francisco to the Giants and now to Washington?
Well, he really had a difficult time holding onto the football with the New York Giants, as I recall. Second down now and 4. With the play fake, out and in and out of the hands of Jerry Smith, and he thinks that he had a little interference from Alvin Heyman, or rather Kermit Alexander.
Take a look at it from the ground level camera. You see him faking to Brown, rolls back. Coy Bacon putting good pressure in there. Here the ball comes. Smith goes up for it, and he's saying that Kermit Alexander was pulling on his arm. It looked like he was free and clear.
Billy Kilmer, 8 of 11 for 191 yards. That's 73%. We have 1 minute and 13 remaining in the first half. Redskins out in front, 17-10. Third down. Goal to go from the 4. Kilmer with a hard rush, had to throw it away, and a flag is down in the end zone. Nettles covering Boyd Dowler. We'll wait for the call, but the flag is down in the end zone. Holding against the Rams. There is the official call. Automatic first for the Redskins. Half the distance to the goal. There's the time remaining in the first half. The Redskins with the first down. They're at the Rams' 2.5-yard line.
Two tremendous Ram mistakes, the fumble and then that infraction.
All right, the Rams, a tough unit, down on their own goal line. Haraway, 31. Brown, 43. This is Brown behind Haraway. Gets about a yard. Entire left side of the goal line of the Rams was there. Redskins use a timeout with 56 seconds remaining in the half. Billy Kilmer will move over to confer with head coach George Allen. There's the partisan crowd here in Los Angeles. Quite naturally feels that Brown had fumbled the football. Actually, it was torn loose after he was already in the pile and down. Well, that wasn't much of a conference.
Just came over here and said, Coach, I'm going to do what you told me. We got here a while ago. The big thing was the holding penalty. Set up at the first down situation. Coach Prothrow, I'm sure, is disappointed with that. I think it was actually a defensive holding or a defensive interference, as I always have a problem with those, but it looked to me that the infraction was on, it was thrown in the secondary, so I suppose it was one of the Rams was holding one of the receivers as they were trying to get out.
It was Boyd Dowler, as Frank called it. Boyd hasn't caught a pass tonight. In fact, that was the first one that was thrown to him, wasn't it, Kip?
That was the first attempt to Dowler. Of course, Kilmer's been using Jerry Smith as tight end a great deal against Kermit Alexander. It's second down now, and the crowd continues to boo. They are quite sure that Brown fumbled. He didn't. Brown gets the call again. And again, he's short.
These guys can hold him right now. What a tremendous lift this will be. They scored a quick touchdown a while ago and went ahead 17-10. Somehow they could come out of it with just a field goal.
You saw it. Dave Jones, Jack Youngblood, the right side of that defensive unit. Roy Bacon, 79. It's third down. A little less than a yard. Brown gets the call again, and he will not make it this time. Kilmer again, this time stops the clock with 28 seconds remaining in the first half. They were all there, the entire left side of that line. Yeah, a tough decision now.
Yeah, Mr. Allen's going to have to determine.
He's talking to Kurt Knight and several of the Redskins players on the sidelines.
He has his field goal team ready to go in. The ball is actually on about it's less than a half yard to go. Wouldn't really be that good of an angle from where they'd have to kick that ball from. I'm going to guess they're going to go for it.
All right, Billy Kilmer's on the sidelines talking with head coach George Allen. The Redskins have a 17-10 lead. 28 seconds remain in the first half. Redskins have one timeout remaining, but it's fourth down as Billy Kilmer comes back into the game. Kurt Knight stays on the sidelines. The Redskins will go. And Don, you're so right. If the Rams can hold them at this point, it's going to give them quite a lift. There he is. Would he love to have this football game?
That wasn't a smile. That was a worried grimace.
All right, Billy Kilmer says we cannot hear our signals. And again, I'll tell you, it's in the emotion-packed crowd here this evening. Los Angeles Rams in quite a battle with San Francisco in the NFC's Western Division. All right, on fourth down, the Redskins are going from 2 feet out. Brown, touchdown, Larry Brown. Larry Brown off the right side, moving to the outside, touchdown Redskins. Coach, you made a good call.
The way it turned out.
Larry Brown.
What a year for that man.
He made a good move. There was some great penetration by the Rams. Let's look at it again. Larry Brown, an off-tackle play. You'll see Brown follow Haraway.
Boy, what a block.
That was Kermit Alexander that came up to force it. He just bounced outside, and there it is.
What a block by Haraway. Kurt Knight on for the conversion. It's good.
The Redskins 24, the Rams.
The Redskins out in front of the Los Angeles Rams, as you see, 24-10. I'll tell you again how important this game is to the Washington Redskins. They win or tie tonight, they have qualified at least for a playoff spot. Of course, they could still win their division should they defeat the Cleveland Browns next week, and should the Dallas Cowboys stumble against St. Louis next Saturday. Of course, the loser will not be out of contention tonight. All right, Kurt Knight sets it up, dropping deep. Roger Williams and Travis Williams, the two Williams. Travis Williams, who has run back 6 kickoffs for touchdowns. All right, they've set it down. They're not going to take the chance of Travis Williams getting his hands on it. Pat Curran Curran gets back to the 36-yard line. 21 seconds show on the clock. That's the situation in the Eastern Division of the National Football Conference. Again, Dallas plays St. Louis next Saturday. Washington goes on against Cleveland. On 1st and 10 from the 36. Gabriel with a draw play to Smith as the clock counts down.
Quickly, Frank, the situation is much more critical for the Rams than it is for the Redskins as the Rams call a timeout, because if the Rams lose tonight, they're a half game behind San Francisco, which could clinch the Western Division NFC with a victory next week.
Of course, San Francisco
the picture.
Goes on against Detroit, Howard, and Detroit,
not easy.
They're tough.
Not easy, and they're pretty burned up over the many mishaps that have befallen them this year, because they've got a first-rate team, and a lot of people think their record should be better.
All right. Of course, the Rams will move on against Pittsburgh on 2nd down now and 12. The ball at the 33-yard line. 7 seconds show on the clock until halftime. Gabriel firing over the middle. That pass intended for Ellison. Incomplete. That stops the clock with 3 seconds showing. Jack Pardee there with a good shot against Willie Ellison. Jack Pardee, Texas A&M. 13 years he played his football here in this Coliseum, the Los Angeles Rams. He's had 5 interceptions this year. 3rd down now and 12. The ball on the 34. Gabriel fires out to Smith. Smith to the 40, and that should just about do in the first half. Jack Pardee getting there for the stop. And we have quite a halftime show coming up. Some interesting youngsters will take part in the punt, pass, and kick program, and you'll see, as usual, some pretty wild highlights from the past weekend. And that is the end of the first half with the score, the Washington Redskins 24, the Los Angeles Rams 10. And these youngsters will move on to the final competition. And now the commissioner of the National Football League is in our booth. He's going to have a little visit with Howard Cosell.
Thank you, Frankie. Yes, in the positive cold of our booth in sunny California, we've got Alvin Pete Rozelle, the NFL commissioner, with us. And first of all, Pete, a vote of thanks from Dandy, Frank, and me for the great schedule that you fellas gave us this year.
You've had some wild Monday nights. We're delighted it worked out so well, but almost every one has been a very close ball game.
Yes, indeed. Except for the Miami victory over the Chicago Bears, we've had a great season. Now, a very direct question. The playoffs coming up. We've been talking about them all night long. Some have pointed out that it's possible for a second-place team to wind up the Super Bowl winner, and they indicate, at least implicitly, that this might cheapen the whole competition. Your rejoinder.
I wouldn't be the one to say that to one of the clubs that qualified for the playoffs that way. I think they feel that they're the best. As an example, tonight you've got 2 teams. One, the Rams, going into this game, only a half game ahead of the 49ers. The Redskins just half game back with the Dallas Cowboys. And I think they feel they have those 2 teams in second place feel they're good ones. I think that giving this wild card team a shot helps compensate perhaps for a period of the season where an outstanding team might have had several key players out. And this does give them a chance, if they're a strong team, to prove it.
And this gives you a chance to explain the league's point of view. Thank you very much, Pete.
Thank you, Howard.
Now let's go back to the Gipper.
Billy Kilmer warming up on the sidelines. 8 of 11, 191 yards. And he had quite a jarring happening in the first quarter. An 82-yard interception return. Redskins will kick off to the Rams. This is Kurt Knight setting it up. Deeper Roger Williams, 46, and Travis Williams, 25. Travis Williams. And he is something else. He's run back 6 kickoffs in his career. 5 with Green Bay, 1 with L.A. And he'll get his chance now from the 15, and he's tripped up over the 25 to the 27, Travis Williams. The Rams take over, 1st and 10. And they'll go with their same offensive unit. Larry Smith, 1 setback, he's number 38. Willie Ellison, the other, at 33. Roman Gabriel, the quarterback, the wide receivers. Jack Snow, 84. Lance Rinsel, 13. Bob Klein is the tight end. He's number 80. Ken Iman at center. Mack and Chevelli are the guards. Cowan and Shue the tackles. The Rams, they trail 24-10 in a must game, a very important game for the Rams. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line. To Smith, and he trips up. Gets back, maybe a pickup of about a yard. Myron Patios moving in from his middle linebacking position. That defensive unit remaining intact. Flanking Patios are Pardee, number 32, Hamburger, 55, the other linebackers. Verlin Biggs, 89, Ron McDowell, 79 are the defensive ends. The tackles, Dyron Talbert, 72, Manuel Sistrunk, number 64. Gain of maybe a half a yard by Smith. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Moving from the 28-yard line, their own 28. Gabriel sending Smith out of the backfield, looking for his secondary receiver. Oh!
He had him open, too.
He did have big Bob Klein wide open.
Frank, I think the Rams are going to have to put it in the air. They're 14 down. Roman was not as successful with his passing game in the first half. He did have a few of them drop, but 14 points behind this situation. And as you mentioned, it is a must game for it's a must game for the Rams if they're going to stay in there, and they can't rely on San Francisco losing to win this thing. So they've got to come back and put some points on the scoreboard.
That's right, Don. If they lose, they'll drop percentage points behind San Francisco. And San Francisco, I'm sure Dick Nolan, his 40 players are watching this one this evening. On 3rd and 9. Klein split to the right. Rinsel is in the slot. Good call, the draw play. Willie Ellison battling for yardage over the 35 to about the 36.5-yard marker. It should be very close to a 1st down.
I believe it is going to be short, though. Frank looks like he's putting up the 4th down shot there. The 3rd down and 10, the draw almost picked it up. Not quite.
4th down. Coming on to do the punting for the Rams, number 28, Pat Studstill. And dropping deep are number 45, Speedy Duncan. He's number 1 in the National Football Conference. He's 45. And Ted Vactor, number 29, is number 2. Vactor, just under 9 yards for return. Duncan over that, 9.5 yards. Studstill gets off a booming punt into the wind. And the fair catch is called for at the 15-yard line, a 48-yard punt. Duncan with the fair catch. So the Redskins will take over. They took over control of this football game in the 2nd quarter. Tell you again, the 49ers move on next week against Detroit. The Rams will play the Pittsburgh Steelers. But they are going to be in desperate trouble if they lose this football game tonight. And they trail just underway in the 2nd half, 24-10. Billy Kilmer going all the way and having a fine night. Setbacks, Charlie Haraway, 31. Larry Brown is 43. Kilmer rolling out, looking deep. I believe for Jefferson, and he was
throwing a flag over there.
Pushed out of bounds, but the referee threw the flag way back upfield. Jim Nettles was defending against Jefferson. Holding against the Rams.
Roy Jefferson is going to remember this night for a long time. He is really chewing up Nettles, as we've said earlier.
Defensive holding, automatic 1st down. Jefferson now with 4 catches, 114 yards. Tommy Prothro, great collegiate record. Many people wondered why he came into this game. He's done a magnificent job with this Ram ball club. From the 20, the Redskins with an automatic 1st down. Following the holding, here comes the blitz. And here comes Larry Brown, picking up about a yard. Coy Bacon in there on the stop, along with Isaiah Robertson, number 58. That defensive unit, the Olsen brothers remain at tackles. 74 is Merlin. Phil is 72. Coy Bacon, the defensive right end, and Dave Jones, number 75, the defensive left end. 21, Gene Howard is the right cornerback. Jim Nettles on the left side has had his problems tonight, as Howard mentioned, with Roy Jefferson. Kermit Alexander is the tight safety, and Dave Elmendorf the free safety. 2nd down and 8 from the 22-yard line. Charlie Haraway, Dave Jones is there, along with Isaiah Robertson.
That Isaiah is everywhere. You're looking at the back of Jim Purnell. Suffered a slight concussion in the first half, back in this half. One of the toughest cookies in football. Used to be with the Bears and always used to rip Gabriel up. Roman wrote about it in his book, Player of the Year. Then when Purnell was traded to the Rams, Roman found himself very friendly with Purnell and wanting him to rough every other quarterback up.
It's 3rd down and 10. Jefferson goes out to the right. Out to the left comes Clifton McNeil. McNeil will be covered there by Howard. Out on the right side, Nettles. The draw play, Larry Brown. Hit there again by Isaiah Robertson. Jack Youngblood moving across to help out. That
Look at Robinson.
4th down.
This is Robinson from his linebacker position. You'll see him come in, and he hits somebody. He hits him with everything he's got. That's 66. That's Ronald McKeever and Isaiah Robertson in there on that tackle.
All right, Mike Bragg to punt on 4th down. Lance Rensel, the lone deep receiver for the Rams. Kermit Alexander is up short of Rensel. Alvin Heyman on the injured move list for the Rams. He usually runs the back. Rensel calls for the fair catch at the 35-yard line. The 43-yard punt. And NFL Monday Night Football, the Washington Redskins versus the Los Angeles Rams, continues from Los Angeles Coliseum with the score, the Redskins 24, the Rams 10.
If you think shaving your chin is hard, how do you think I feel? Up here, you really worry when the razor drags or pulls or scrapes. No more. I hardly feel this shave. I'm using Rapid Shave's new lubricating lather. It puts a coating of lubrication between skin and blade so the razor slides like a sled on snow. Smooth. How does it look? Rapid Shave's new lubricating lather. When it comes to your chin, use your head.
Can you make the airport in 20 minutes, Jimmy?
Sure, Mr. Sayers, but I need gas.
$1 worth, please.
Next, I'll get some mileage gas.
What?
And then some quick starting gas.
Jimmy.
Huh?
Pull in here. These are Phillips 3 for the money performance gasolines. They give you quick starts, good mileage, and cleansing action.
Well, Mr. Sayers.
What, Jimmy?
If you don't stop talking, we're going to miss your plane.
The Performance Star.
10 minutes and 12 seconds remain in the 3rd quarter. The Washington Redskins have the Los Angeles Rams in a lot of trouble. The Rams have the football. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Roman Gabriel going all the way. Willie Ellison, 33. Smith is 38. Snow at the top of your screen. One wide receiver. Covered closely by Mike Bass. And Bass gets back. That pass intended for Jack Snow. And ABC Sports exclusive coverage of NFL Monday Night Football pauses 5 seconds for station identification.
Television 7, Washington.
The Los Angeles Rams going with their same offensive unit. I'm in the center, number 50. Chabelli and Mack the guards. Cowan and Chu the tackles. Bob Klein, the big tight end. Jack Snow, who now comes to the right, one wide receiver, 84. Rensel the other, number 13. Willie Ellison, 33. Smith, 38. The setbacks. 2nd down and 10 from the 35.
Intercepted.
Oh! Mike Bass. Mike Bass intercepts the football. Mike Bass gets his 7th interception of the year. But a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage, I believe. It was against the Rams, and of course it will be declined. So another turnover by the Rams.
Mike Bass did a heck of a job covering Rensel. That was a turn-in or a comeback route, and he was with him the whole way. Rensel came back. The ball was fairly well thrown, pretty close to on target. He made a super defensive move to get in front of it and intercept it.
Redskins, 1st and 10. Have the ball on the Rams' 45-yard line. Billy Kilmer going all the way this evening. Play fake.
He's got him open again.
McNeil. Getting away from Gene Howard, who finally makes the stop, but he's inside the Rams' 10-yard line.
Washington offensive line is allowing this young fellow you see right here, Billy Kilmer, enough time to call these crossing routes. Clifton McNeil came from a left position all the way across the field. Howard could not keep up with him. Let's take a look at it on replay. You'll see the fake into the backfield. Good protection. Kilmer's following McNeil all the way across. Howard's just 2 steps behind. That one almost went in for 6.
Clifton is sure catching the football tonight, and the way these George Allen teams capitalize upon the other team's mistakes is something to see.
Billy Kilmer now 9 of 12, 227 yards. Clifton McNeil comes out to the left. Jefferson goes out to the right. Fired out there again, this time to Roy Jefferson, who beats Nettles on the sideline, moving down to the 5-yard line. These cornerbacks are having a tough time. And you mentioned that offensive line, Don, of the Washington Redskins. It's been a good one all year long. Len Haas at center, 56. Wilbur, 60 at the right guard. Schonke, 62 the left guard. Walter Rock, 76 the right tackle. Jim Snowden, the left tackle, 74. They've done a fine job.
Both those guards, Frank, Wilbur and Schonke, both at one time were with the Dallas Cowboys.
Wilbur, of course, with the Los Angeles Rams, came with George Allen. 2nd down and 5. Going back out to Roy Jefferson. Touchdown, Jefferson.
Oh,
boy, he drilled that, Don.
He did for a fact. That Nettles has really got his hands full. If you think Roy Jefferson's going to remember this night, Nettles is sure enough going to remember it. That's twice in a row the same pattern, but he did zip it in there. It's a kind of a tough place to throw. You're down to the 5-yard line. There's Sonny Jurgensen come in to hold for the extra point. But if this thing is picked off, as everybody knows, man, that one could go a long way. But Nettles wasn't even close that time.
Okay, Kurt Knight, as the Ram cornerbacks are getting bombarded this evening. It's good. Kurt Knight, and with timeout, the score, the Washington Redskins 31, the Rams 10.
Continental introduces a new mark. Continental Mark IV. For all of the 1970s, this will be the unique American car. And for 1972, a new Lincoln Continental. Standard equipment, automatic temperature control that holds interior climate within the comfort range you choose. Its tires are all-weather Michelin steel-belted radials. Its track, the widest in the world. Its ride, even smoother, more substantial than ever. And once again, unmistakably Continental. The Continentals, the final step up.
Top of your screen, Travis Williams, co-holder of the NFL record for returning kickoffs. Roger Williams on the left side. Travis has returned 6. That ties Travis Williams with Gale Sayers and Ollie Matson. They both returned 6. Kurt Knight to kick off. The Redskins threatening to make this one a rout. Roger Williams at the 5. Heading out to the 26-yard line is Roger Williams.
Frank, there are 80,402 people in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. They are now in stone silence. They are watching their team get blown out of the tub by their former coach with his revamped team. It's something to see.
1st and 10, Rams on the 26-yard line, their own 26-yard line. Snow right, looks on the slot left. Gabriel has to put the football in the air. He attracts the crowd. Sistrunk pressuring. Going deep, and look at there, Pat Fisher. Pat Fisher, and Gabriel is not having his night.
And somewhere they're singing, "Hail to the Redskins." Oh, boy, I'm telling you, they're wiping them out.
I'll tell you, they're
one mistake after another now.
Don't think Snow was the intended receiver. Gabriel did get some pressure, as you saw. He tries to go deep. Look at Fisher turn. Make a complete twist in the air and intercept the ball.
A happy night in the national capital. Sports fans, so many of them down there, and great ones, who lost their baseball team, but who see a fine football team representing their city.
Pat Fisher, the 11-year veteran, comes up with his 4th interception. The Redskins have the football. 1st and 10. They're moving from their own 44. Kilmer rolling out. Looking for Jefferson. This time he's buried. Phil Olson.
Didn't see him coming, did you, Bill?
Ooh, and that does hurt.
Oh, yes, sir.
Don.
Yes, sir. That is tough. 265, is that what it is? 6'5", 265 pounds. Again, a rollout. We've mentioned several times in our broadcast it is an attempt on rollout, or supposedly to eliminate that strong pass rush. Kilmer pulled up to wait for his receiver to uncover. I'm sure he wishes he hadn't pulled up.
Billy Kilmer, 11 of 14, 236 yards. And he'll think about that play before he comes back with it. 2nd down and 16, a loss of 6. Redskins now on their own 38-yard line. This is Haraway moving behind Brown. Runs into Phil Olson, a flag is down.
Oftentimes, when you see that flag in that area, you're going to come up with a holding penalty, which would put the Redskins back a little bit more. I believe that was the indication. It's against the Redskins. So they've had 2 plays, 2 setbacks in a row. Maybe the Rams are gaining field position and don't realize it.
Rams actually got off with a good start. They had an 82-yard touchdown return by Kermit Alexander in the 1st quarter. Then Kilmer hit Jefferson on a 70-yard touchdown pass to tie it up at 7 apiece. And David Ray hit on a 32-yard field goal, and the Rams led in the 1st quarter, 10-7. Then Kurt Knight hit from 52 yards out. That was 10-10. Then Kilmer hit McNeil from 32 yards out. It was 17-10 Washington. Larry Brown on 4th and 1 went in to make it 24-10 Washington, and that's how it ended in the 1st half. And Kilmer has just hit Jefferson a short while ago to make it 31-10 Washington. 2nd down and a whole bunch from the 24. The draw play to Larry Brown. Fools nobody.
Is that another flag that went fluttering in down there?
Flag is again down.
Again against the Redskins, and they are gaining some field position here, aren't they?
You know, sometimes these old wily veterans, after they get called on one holding penalty, well, they figure that official's not going to call it twice. And our officials this evening are calling it. Our referee is Jim Tunney. Umpire is Pat Harder, a great football player in his own right. As we take a look at, I believe, Ray Schonke holding Coy Bacon. And our head linesman, Burl Toller, a great football player in his time at the University of USF. Our line judge, Gene Barth. Back judge, Bill Kestemeyer. Our field judge, Dick Dolak. And so many times we question them. We have all the electronic replays. Well, they have to make that decision instantly, and in my estimation, they do a fantastic job. It's so easy to criticize them from here or the next day. But believe me, they're a dedicated bunch of men. Redskins now have gone all the way back to their 13-yard line. They have to go to the Rams 45 for a 1st down. It's still 2nd down. Larry Brown being chased out of bounds by Isaiah Robertson. Dave Jones also in pursuit.
Well, watch old Larry Brown run, Frank, number 43. In a way, he's kind of their bread and butter runner, has been all year. Reminds me of number 43 I'm going to see tomorrow night in Albuquerque, Texas. Is Don Perkins. And I haven't seen Don Perkins since we retired 2-3 years ago.
He MCs the dinner, introduces you, hopefully with some acid truths about your career.
You think he'll go ahead and spill the beans on me? He won't do that. Perk's a good guy. Doc Blanchard's going to be there, too. Oh, big time in Albuquerque.
A long way to go on 3rd down, 38 yards. Billy Kilmer with a 31-10 lead will be careful. Very delicately gives it to Larry Brown. We don't get fancy on 3rd down and 38, do we, Don?
And you've got a whole bunch of them in your bag to call on 3rd and 38.
All right, that'll bring on the punting team. Mike Bragg comes in, dropping deep. Lance Rensel, Kermit Alexander. Again, the Rams in serious trouble. We look at the lone deep man for the Rams, Lance Rensel, and what a fine year he's had for the Rams. Mike Bragg to do the punting for the Redskins. But a lot of happy San Francisco 49ers tonight. Punt return, setting up on the left side if Rensel will be able to get to it. Tripped up, flags down all over the place. 42-yard punt. Well, usually when you have the penalty, it goes against the team trying to run it back. It's generally a clipping penalty. And the Rams offensive unit is already huddling back around the goal line.
The last two series of downs really haven't been indicative of the type teams. These both good football teams. I hope it doesn't get sloppy and they start making a lot of mistakes because it does take away from the contest itself. Here's the shot of the clip, I think. You'll see Rensel returning to the left. And see him coming back on the other side. I believe it's Elmendorf clipping right there. And that's where they're throwing the flags.
The clipping call against Dave Elmendorf. That moves the Rams all the way back to their 15-yard line, make it the 14-yard line. And the problems I was mentioning a moment ago for the Los Angeles Rams, they will drop now percentage points behind the San Francisco 49ers should they go on and lose the game this evening. And they are in good position to do just that. And then it'll all boil down to the final week of the season for the San Francisco 49ers and these LA Rams. San Francisco plays Detroit. The Rams will play Pittsburgh. The Redskins, of course, will clinch at least a playoff spot. They could, should the Cowboys stumble against St. Louis next Saturday. And should they beat the Cleveland Browns, well, they could win their division. 1st and 10 for the LA Rams, moving from their 14-yard line. Ellison on the draw play. Myron Patios met Larry Smith, and then he met Ellison. Chris Hamburger also there, but Myron Patios really moved into the 5-hole. I guess they think backwards, don't they? 4 and 5, Don?
I think so,
You've never been over there, though, have you?
Well, I don't know. But I think most teams do that. They're just opposite of what the offense is, so they can, in their team meetings, they talk the same language.
All right, Les Josephson has come in. Now it's set back, number 34. He's replaced Willie Ellison. 2nd down, we'll call it 11 from the 13. Gabriel going for Rensel. And Rensel did the best he could. He's back there with Brig Owens and Pat Fisher. It's a fine football team. Brig Owens. He intercepted 2 over the year. This team has intercepted 24 altogether.
Well, Giff, about the worst thing that could happen to a private investigator happens to Mike Longstreet. He finds a close friend implicated in robbery. Should he protect him or expose him? Share Longstreet's predicament Thursday night on ABC. Willie Ellison comes off a 247-yard game, an all-time NFL record. One of the keys to Washington's success tonight, Willie, in 6 carries held to 27 yards thus far.
All right, on 3rd and 11 from the 13. Snow is out to the left, over there by Bass. Gabriel sends both of his backs out, and then he gets in a lot of trouble. Verlin Biggs buries Roman Gabriel, and he's unhappy.
It's amusing to see Verlin make that tackle. He's had a great year for George Allen. Why amusing? Well, he had money troubles with the Jets, played out his option. The Jets got a number 1 draft choice for him, but the Jets secretly thought that they were giving Allen damaged property. They thought Verlin needed knee surgery. He wouldn't let a doctor go near him, and he has been anything but damaged property.
And he has been playing fine football this evening as Ted Baxter drops deep with Speedy Duncan. We look at Pat Studstill. 3rd in the National Football Conference in punting. It's dribbled back to Studstill. He still gets it off. Studstill, an old receiver, was able to hand it, and Baxter bobbles the ball. Ram football. Rams football on their own 42-yard line.
Well, Dandy Don said it. The thing is deteriorating now. It's a game of continual mistakes.
Bob Klein was down there under that punt. Factor bobbled the ball. The Rams have a shot.
One of the biggest offensive gains they've had all night. You'll see Factor just misjudged that when he was going to let it go. The ball bounced, hit his leg. Who did you say that recovered that? Was it Klein?
Bob Klein, third-year
Bobby.
man, out of USC, I might add. 6'5", 235 pounds of him. Splitting wide to the right now.
Within the very shadows of the Trojan campus sits Frank Gifford. The nostalgia aglow in the entire stadium. The memories vivid of every great Gifford run and catch.
I don't ever recall it being this cold. Willie Ellison has gone off to the bench. We mentioned the temperature is 45 degrees. Willie Ellison now has 956 yards. Unless he comes back, he'll miss the 1,000-yard mark this evening. And he'll also trail Brockington and Steve Owens for rushing honors in the National Conference. 1st and 10 Rams moving from their own 42. Both backs coming out of the backfield again. Rensel can't hold on to the ball.
I've seen him do that twice tonight, and I don't remember seeing him do it twice in any ball game. And Roman is certainly upset with that. He's saying, Manny, when they start going that way, it's nothing you can really do. You just keep throwing them in there. Rensel, of course, is disappointed, but that ball was right in the middle there. It was a good hole across the middle. It was one of the few times in the last, well, in this half anyway, that the Ram receivers have been open, but he would work himself free, and could have been a big game for the Rams.
Gabriel, and again, not all his fault. He's 5 of 21, 21%, 72 yards.
Some of it gotta be his fault, Frank. Some of it.
Okay, 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Again, both backs circling out against the Washington zone. Larry Smith on the left side. Good linebacker play is right.
I think this has been probably one of the major trademarks of the George Allen team, too. He loves to have those linebackers, give them the responsibility. They are schooled very well, effective against the run, and extremely effective against the pass.
There are the statistics. Washington totally dominating from the first quarter on. 3rd down and 4, the ball at the 47-yard line, the Rams 47. Gabriel with the draw fake. Oh, and everything is happening. Maslowski dropped the football. He got the good bounce.
That is something else, isn't it?
I tell you, this thing is becoming a laugh act.
Again, he was wide open with a crossing pattern. We saw some play action faking in the backfield.
Could have called double dribble on that.
They're rehearsing for laughing. Let's take another look at this. Matt Maslowski, who played club football at the college level.
I don't believe that.
And Mike Bass, of course, joined by 2 teammates in making the tackle.
Rams get their first break of the evening. From the 26-yard line on the quick count. Again, both backs coming out of the backfield. How about that? They held on to that one.
Yes, sir.
Lance Rensel down to the 3-yard line. Myron Padios makes the stop. Boy, and he held on to it in a crowd. Lance Rensel came into this game the Rams' leading receiver. You know, and thus far we have not seen one of what has been referred to as the gimmick plays. No end arounds, no reverses. All right, 1st and goal for the Los Angeles Rams. They trail 31-10. Redskins gearing up from their own 3-yard line. Rensel left. Pat Kern is in. Play fake. Gabriel.
Levy caught it.
Bob Klein. Touchdown Rams, Bob Klein. Gabriel. And he looked like he checked off his primary receiver. Appeared to be Lance Rensel, Don.
I think you're right. He came back, got some pressure from the inside. That was Sistrong that was in there. Good catch by Klein. They needed that with 3rd quarter, 2 minutes, 56 seconds to go.
Boy, did they need it. 14 points in a full quarter isn't a lot. Remember what Namath almost did against the 49ers a couple of weeks ago.
David Ray. Jerry Rome holding on for the conversion attempt. And he pops it through. David Ray. There's our situation. Redskins over the Rams, and with timeout, you see the score, the Redskins 31, the Rams 17.
This Christmas, there's more than one way to appreciate our cigar. You could let your best girl know you'd like a box of White Owls, but maybe you'd rather have our White Owl desk set filled with miniatures and demi-tips, or our early American glass jar, or our White Owl crystal cube. Or for the man who has everything, there's our White Owl decorator decoy.
Look at these hands. They're full of the same sludge that the wrong oil can build up in your engine. What's the right oil? The one that'll keep your engine running clean? This one. Trop Arctic from Phillips 66. To prove it, I'm going to clean that engine sludge from my hands with Trop Arctic and nothing else. And look, it works. Now, we don't recommend it for cleaning hands, but imagine what it does for your engine. Phillips Trop Arctic. At Phillips 66, it's performance that counts.
With 2 minutes and 56 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and there is not one Ram fan that has left this jam-packed Coliseum. So many times they've seen these Rams come back. Deep is Speedy Duncan for the Redskins. The Rams trail now 31-17. This will be Jackwell. Jackwell over the 20. He's hit hard. Gets back to about the 24-yard line. Now the Redskins' job is to get their game back together again.
Here's the touchdown play, Frank. You'll see Roman faking. He is looking to the left. He's trying to come back. Pierce over the middle to Rensel. Look at this Klein's catch. Falling down. The ball was low.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Rams. They'll move from their own 24-yard line. Willie Kilmer remains at quarterback. To the right is Jefferson. Haraway breaking one tackle. He runs into Isaiah Robertson. He will not break that. Marlon McKeever comes over. Gene Howard comes up from his cornerback. Pickup of 6.
Oh, a little bit of temper tantrum down there. But the thing to look for now is the kind of play selection that Kilmer's going to come up with. Is he going to turn conservative, or is he going to keep the Redskins playing? Well, their basic game is conservative, as we've noted, but is he going to be willing to put the ball into the air? All game long, he's been indicating a willingness to do that, and it'll be interesting to see if he deviates.
Gain of 5, the ball now resting on the Redskins' own 23-yard line. And the Rams now only 2 touchdowns away from tying up this football game, and we'll tell you in a moment that would make a big difference for them in their duel with San Francisco in their division. Haraway gets the draw call, and Phil Olsen is there. Washington, should this game end up in a tie, will clinch at least a playoff spot. But the Rams will remain percentage points ahead of San Francisco in their Western Division. And again, it'll all wind up next weekend. I know John Brody and his boys are taking this one in. All right, the ball at the 29-yard line. 3rd down, about 4.5 yards. The clock moving with 1 minute and 58 seconds showing in the third quarter. Kilmer looking for Haraway in the screen, and Haraway did not turn around. A flag is down. He may have been held.
I think he is right. It looks that's what the flag indicates. I would say that it would be defensive holding. I'm not for sure whether that was Bacon, but it was one of the defensive linemen by the Ram lineman that had read that screen, just grabbed Haraway as he was coming out. The ball was thrown to him, and he was obviously interfering with his opportunity to catch that screen.
And, of course, with it, the automatic 1st down.
A big break for the Redskins when most they needed it. Lord, have the Rams made mistakes this half.
Sometimes very difficult to regain your momentum, the momentum the Redskins had in the second quarter. And Sometimes you can use a good call like that. Moving now from the 34 of the Redskins. Larry Brown, he goes nowhere. That Maybe a pickup of a half a yard. The Deacon it was, Don. Been on your back a few times.
Been on a lot of them. Deacon has not been able to play the entire season. He's not one to be injured that much either, but he has suffered some injuries this year, and he's come back tonight. Appears to have his old quickness back. He was across the line of scrimmage then before those guards could get out there and get a shoulder pad on him.
I'm a little surprised the Rams have not done more blitzing than they have, trailing. Trail 31-17. Second down now. 9 yards to go. The ball at the 35-yard line. Fairway on the draw call. Phil Olsen trips him up. And Dave Jones made sure. Moving over the 40-yard line to the 41. It'll be about 2 yards short of the first down.
I think we're going to be seeing some tempo flare-ups out there, men. They are playing a little bit rough. In the meantime, Don, except for that screen attempt with the subsequent defensive holding call, there's Kilmer's not put the ball in the air since the Redskins regained possession.
Third down, the ball just over the 40-yard line of the Washington Redskins. Call it a long 3. Billy Kilmer puts McNeil to the left. Will be covered there by Howard. Out to the right goes Roy Jefferson. And with the very shaky Jim Nettles covering Jefferson. Over the middle, incomplete. A pass intended for Jerry Smith. That will bring on the fourth down. Redskins will have to turn the football over to the Rams. 15 seconds remain in the third quarter, and have a mighty big quarter coming up for the Rams. They'll have the benefit of the wind in the final quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns. Deep is Lance Rensel, and Kermit Alexander as Mike Bragg prepares to punt. He'll be kicking with the wind and his brisk. And he gets off a bad kick. Off the side of his foot, he goes out of bounds. The 32-yard line, 29-yard punt by Bragg. And we may still have a football game. How much does a wind make? What kind of difference does it make to a passer, Don? Because Gabriel's going to have a good wind when he turns around in the fourth period.
Roman has a strong arm, Frank, and it might not affect him as much as it would some other passers. Some passers that float the ball have more difficulty throwing with the wind than they do against it.
This is Larry Smith. Larry Smith moves over the 35 to the 37. Merlin Biggs made the stop. And that's the end of the third quarter with the score. The Washington Redskins 31, the Los Angeles Rams 17. We'll return after this word from our local stations.
Enjoy Love American Style tomorrow afternoon at 4, 3 Central Time on ABC.
I'm sure you've heard of a full-service bank. Well, Dave Piles Pontiac is a full-service automobile dealership. I'm David Piles, president of Dave Piles Pontiac. We think a full-service dealership helps sell Dave Piles Pontiac, and our full-service dealership is equipped to handle any of your automotive needs. I'd like you to join our growing army of Piles drivers on St. Barnabas Road's Auto Row, Marlow Heights, Maryland. You can bank on it. Dave Piles Pontiac.
Fuller flavor is here. A world of Fuller flavor.
Fuller Flavor has made Black Label the world's leading internationally brewed beer. Try it.
Welcome to the world of fine Black Label beer. Label, Black Label.
Television 7, Washington.
I'm Larry Brown of the Washington Redskins. When it's time to turn on, I do it my own way. Can you turn on without drugs?
And we move into the final quarter of play from Los Angeles, California. Frank Gifford, along with Howard Cosell and Don Meredith. The Rams have a very important second down and 3. They're moving from their 38. How about that little razzle-dazzle? Didn't fool a whole lot of people. In and out of the hands of Lance Rensel. Mike Bass moving back to defend. Yeah, I think that happened so quickly, I don't think the Redskins defensive unit saw that. The handoff was to Smith, who gave it right back to Roman Gabriel. And that will bring up third down. The Rams, third down. The 37.5-yard line, their own 37.5. Bill Brundage, Jimmy Jones come into the defensive alignment for the Redskins. Snow comes out left, covered by Bass. Out to the right goes Rensel, covered there by Fisher. Gabriel firing out for Snow. He has it. First down at the 49-yard line, and Willie Ellison is back in the football game for the Rams. All right, the Rams. Again, we'll remind you they trail by 2 touchdowns. Can they pull into a tie? They will be still percentage points ahead of the San Francisco 49ers. All right, out to the left comes Dak Snow. Rensel goes out right. Letting both backs left. Going deep for Rensel, and he can't hold on to it. Pat Fisher back there. Roman Gabriel has not had one of his customary evenings. He's had time to throw the ball, Don.
Yeah, and I really couldn't tell from up here. That ball looked pretty close to being in there. Old Pudna Lance is not playing one of his better games.
No, he's dropped too many tonight, but he still runs one of the quickest 40s of anybody in the game. He hasn't slowed down at all, Don.
Let's see what's happening here. I think the ball was a little bit overthrown. You'll see Rensel coming down. He's working on Fisher. Just a straight inside pattern, just a little bit high. Didn't quite make it.
Second down now. Second down and 10. The Rams on their own 49-yard line. Snow on the left side. Rensel out to the right. This comes Josephson behind Mack. Josephson running hard into Redskin territory. He's at the 45. Verlin Biggs there to make the stop, along with Dyron Talbert.
You know, I mentioned that Lance still runs one of the quickest 40-yard strides in the game. People often ask, why do they time them in 40 yards? Why is it always 40 yards? And that's because essentially, as the game is played, football is a 40-yard game. The average distance pass is for 40 yards, the average punt is for 40 yards, and so on.
All right, the Rams are 45 yards away from pay dirt. Gabriel firing for Snow, and he has him. And Snow, if he gets around one man, will pick up yardage. Dak Snow down to the 25.
That's the second time tonight that simple crossing pattern that Don earlier described has worked with Snow.
Tell you what, that was a big one, too. They're down there now about the 25, it looks like. Let's see Snow. Here he comes he was flanked left. Bass is covering. You see him come back across. Look at Roman up the top of your screen. And he drilled this one right in there. There's a big hole in there. He's throwing over where the linebackers are. And before they get to the secondary, you'll see him. He tried to pick up Lance Rensel's block. That was Jack Pardee chasing him finally. He finally just fell down.
First and 10. The Rams on the Redskins' 25-yard line. Battling to get back into this football game. Again, the play fake by Gabriel. Overthrown, intended there for Larry Smith. Back there covering Jack Pardee. Also getting back deep, Myron Patios.
The clock shows, still 13 minutes and 12 seconds left, and there's plenty of time remaining.
Manny Sistrunk on the sidelines, and that, of course, means that Bill Brundage has come in, number 77, second-year man out of Colorado. George Allen deploys Jimmy Jones and Bill Brundage for his pass rush, anticipating a Ram pass. Second down and 10. The Rams on the Redskins' 25-yard line. Rensel in the slot. But intended for Rensel. Rensel battling for yardage, and he will be very close to a first down on second effort. Mike Bass there along with Myron Patios, 66 to make the stop. And Rensel is hot.
That was a good move by Lance, Frank, because what you pointed out is exactly true. When he first caught the ball, he was a little short of the first down. It's a normal reaction, I think, for a receiver to go ahead and get out of bounds. He's taught that for several reasons, to stop the clock and also to protect your body. Lance realized that they were close to that first down. He cut back to the inside. Let's take a look at it again. You'll see Rensel coming in from the slot. Roman throwing out, it's just a straight out pattern. That's Hamburger there, Bass, and you'll see him plunge his way on in a little bit past the 15-yard line.
And he came up about 8 inches short. And Dan, I'll say it, I've seen Roman Gabriel so many times on this third down and short yardage situation, particularly when you're behind, go to the air. Of course, he has 12 minutes and 57 seconds remaining in the football game, and they seem to have caught fire.
These Rams have played a tough schedule. They played some of the top ball clubs throughout the National Football League and have fared very well, a lot better than most people thought. This is their third down success. Let's see what he does.
Third down, about 8 inches. Ball resting just short of the 15-yard mark of the Washington Redskins. Rensel, motion right. This is Ellison. First down, Ellison. Tackled there by Mike Bass. But this crowd is starting to come to life here in Los Angeles. For them, freezing cold weather, I guess, at 45 degrees.
For me, too, Frank. What is your favorite word, Dandy? Momentum?
Mo. Yeah, momentum.
Mo has come back, I think, Don, for the Rams.
He's a fickle player. He switches back and forth.
All right, Gabriel, first and 10. He knows he has to get on the scoreboard quickly. Both wide receivers go out to the right, Rensel and Snow. Klein, his big tight end at the bottom of the screen. He's going for the bundle.
Almost intercepted, too, Frank.
Yep, almost picked off. Intended there for Jack Snow. Brig Owens was back. Pat Fisher was there, number 37. The defensive secondary for the Redskins. Mike Bass, 41 in the right corner. Brig Owens, the one safety. Richie Pettibone, 16, the other safety. Pat Fisher on the left corner. They've done a fine job. Bill Brundage now comes into the lineup for the anticipated pass of Roman Gabriel. Manuel Sistrunk goes out. From the 11-yard line on second down and 10. Again, both wide receivers to the wide side of the field. And the quick toss. Ellison to the 5-yard line. Brundage made the stop. Getting help from Chris Hamburger. Clock moving, 11 minutes and 30 seconds remain to be played in the football game. Redskins out in front, 31-17.
Good block that last time by Shabelli and Shue as they led that little pitch.
And Don, a big down coming up.
You betcha.
Third down and a long two. Tommy Prothro. Rensel motions right. Pat Fisher signals. First down. Willie Ellison. Myron Patios made the stop, but Ellison moves down to the, inside the 2-yard line.
I wonder how many viewers thought 15 minutes ago that we would still have a football game when the Redskins were leading 31-10.
I hope they didn't go away, Howard, because we have one coming up.
Let's look at it again. Watch Patios. Patios is coming out from his middle linebacker, number 66. As going down, he's grabs a leg. That was Richie Pettibone, number 16. He came in there, too.
And a good block by Ellison on first and goal. Ellison gets the call again. Touchdown, Rams.
And we do have it.
Tommy Prothro, he never quit as a head coach for 16 years at Oregon State and then UCLA. What a cool cucumber he is.
The last Monday night of NFL football for 1971, and Dandy, what a way to go.
Watch it. Here he goes. Ellison is going to get close. Man, now that's close.
The headlinesman, though, Don, is right on
You
that
bet he is.
yard
All he
marker.
has to do is get any part of that ball across the goal line.
David Ray for the conversion that will put the Rams one touchdown and a conversion away from a tie football game. And NFL Monday Night Football, the Washington Redskins versus the Los Angeles Rams, continues from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum with the score. The Redskins 31 and the Rams 24.
What do is zig out to Shirley's desk and I'll hit you short, okay? Give me some blocking this time, will you? Okay, on three, break.
Ever since Arrow introduced its knit dress shirt, offices are suddenly a lot more active.
Wait a minute.
Maybe it's because Arrow's knit dress shirt is just like a sport shirt in feel, performance, and comfort.
Tag her, Harvey. Tag her. Come on.
Arrow dress knits. You feel dressed down, you look dressed up.
Touchdown.
What we do to Mercury Comet on the test track is nothing compared to what some Comet owners do.
I have 29,471 miles on it under all kinds of road conditions, and it gives me perfect performance.
Well, in the 7 months we drove 51,000 miles. Went through all kinds of weather. Well, it did everything I expected.
Mercury Comet. Even if a small car can only be first if it lasts. At the sign of the cat.
And our final Monday night NFL game, and it's being written like a Hollywood movie script. The Redskins 31, the Rams 24. 10 minutes and 20 seconds remain to be played in the football game. Head coach Tommy Prothro walking the sidelines. What a fine job he's done with this Ram football team. There are 9 players playing different positions than the team that George Allen left. David Ray to kick off for the Rams. Deep is Speedy Duncan. Will be taken by Duncan at the 15. Duncan back to the 25-yard marker. Lee White there to make the stop. Speedy Duncan. 1st and 10, the Redskins, and they are going to have to try and regain their momentum. They eased off in this football game, and the Rams are threatening to take it away from them. And there is, I know, much tension in the nation's capital at this moment. Billy Kilmer going all the way. Larry Brown, 43. Charlie Haraway, 31, the setbacks. Kilmer with the play fake. Firing incomplete.
But a very interesting call, because this time, instead of staying on the ground as he did in the previous sequence of downs that he enjoyed, it now seems so long ago, leaving the basic conservatism, maybe now we'll see the Redskins do something in their attempt to reestablish their movement. In the meantime, think of George Allen, the man who came back against the team that he did make winners of, the man who himself has 9 former Rams, the man who must have thought, there you see him standing there now worried where he was smiling only 15 minutes ago. Think of the range of emotions that this man must have gone through in this contest thus far.
As he looks out on the field, it's 2nd down and 10. The Redskins moving from the 25. Larry Brown gets the call. He'll pick up 4. But this Ram football team is really fired up. Merlin Olsen was there, along with Marlon McKeever, Purnell, 53. The test now for this Ram defensive unit will come. It'll be 3rd down, it'll be 6th. The passing situation for Bill Kilmer. He cannot afford to be conservative now. Gene Howard, the right cornerback, number 21. Jim Nettles, 19 on the left corner, have been getting beat. Let's see what he comes with. Out to the right comes Clifton McNeil. He's picked up by Nettles. Jefferson goes out to the left. He's picked up by Howard. 3rd down and 6. The ball at the 28. Roy Jefferson.
Beautifully executed play. That ball was released before Jefferson ever turned around. They had a blitz coming in on him. The ball was right on target. Kilmer has played as well tonight as I've ever seen him, and I've seen him play some good ball games. He picked up a very crucial 1st down. Or up here, maybe it's not. They're measuring it.
He read the yardage needed. Those are not the yard markers on that side of the field. Those are just for the fans.
That's right. And I was
and
a
to show
fan.
the players. It's going to be close.
You can't get him much
First
closer than
down.
that.
He's got it. He's got it. I talked about the range of emotions that must be going through George Allen on this night. We have really seen 3 or 4 different ball games tonight. The early Ram lead, then the total domination by the Redskins, then the whole succession of mistakes by both teams, and now suddenly the domination by the Rams, and the Redskins trying to get back.
Going out again to Jefferson, and again in front of Gene Howard.
That's the way to do it, Dandy, and that's play selection.
8 catches now for Jefferson, 136 yards. Pickup of 5. Well, a pickup of 6. Excitement on Monday night, and a lot more of it coming up. The Liberty Bowl, Arkansas versus Tennessee. That'll be next Monday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time. All right, from the 41-yard line. On second down, call it a long 3. Jefferson coming towards you in motion. Flip to McNeil, out to the left. Caraway. He will be short of the first down at the 47. Hit there by Coy Bacon. Purnell at the bottom of the pile, number 53.
Now you got a really tough call, Don.
I'm going to say he's going to keep it on the ground. He hadn't really got that far to go. There's no reason that I can see to put it up this time. He's in midfield.
And he has Larry Brown.
He does have Larry Brown, and Haraway can make it for him, too. And he does have a good offensive line. These guys have been playing well all year. Now watch him come out and throw it.
All right, his third. And, well, we'll call it about 1.5 yards. On the 44-yard line, the Redskins' own 44-yard line. They need to maintain control.
I knew he would.
To Haraway. He will not get the first down.
Yep.
Marlon McKeever made a big stop for the Rams. The Redskins now must punt the football into the wind. For 47. Hit there by Bacon. Purnell at the bottom of the pile, number 53.
Now you got a really tough call, Don.
I'm going to say he's going to keep it on the ground. He hadn't really got that far to go. There's no reason that I can see to put it up this time. He's in midfield.
And he has Larry Brown.
He does have Larry Brown, and Haraway can make it for him, too. And he does have a good offensive line. These guys have been playing well all year. Now watch him come out and throw it.
All right, his third. And, well, we'll call it about 1.5 yards. On the 44-yard line, the Redskins' own 44-yard line. They need to maintain control.
I knew he would.
To Haraway. He will not get the first down.
Yep.
Marlon McKeever made a big stop for the Rams. The Redskins now must punt the football into the wind.
And as I noted earlier, how ironic that it should have been done by Marlon McKeever, traded not once but twice by George Allen. The whole gamut tonight in the way of action and drama. NFL Monday Night Football. You know, we do owe that vote of thanks to Alvin Pete Rozelle. What a schedule.
He's got mine. It's been exciting. Mike Bragg comes in. Lance Rinsel drops deep. There he is. Bragg kicking against the breeze. It'll be high. Rinsel will call for the fair catch at the 13. 45-yard punt. And with timeout, the score is the Redskins 31, the Los Angeles Rams 24.
A man spends his wedding night thinking of only one thing, his next shave.
Honey, when are you coming to bed? It's 2 o'clock in the morning.
What could cause such behavior? Only Chic Superchromium. It's so comfortable you'll actually look forward to your next shave. He is a child whose father loves shaving so much he won't let him in the bathroom. Look at him. What causes this? Chic Superchromium. It's so comfortable you'll actually look forward to your next shave.
I've got just the thing for you. The Schick Hot Lather Machine. It makes a wonderful gift, and refills come in regular, menthol, and lemon lime. Just plug it in, and you're ready for a piping hot barber shave every morning for years to come. Here. Just feel that wonderful lather. Well, what do you say, sir?
I'll take it.
The Schick Hot Lather Machine for Dad for Christmas.
It's alive here in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. The excitement again on Monday night. The Rams trail by a touchdown and a conversion. They need desperately a tie or a win tonight. They're moving from their own 13-yard line. Princeton in motion right. Ellison behind the block of Chabelli, 7 yards. Chabelli out in front, number 71. Chris Hanberger made the stop.
A quick reminder relative to the playoffs as you look at Billy Kilmer, who's sounding off about something. Should L.A. tie this game, should it end in a tie, the Redskins will have clinched a playoff berth in the National Football Conference, and the Rams will still be percentage points ahead of the 49ers.
Second down and 3. The ball just short of the 20-yard line. That's Josephson. Willie Ellison are the setbacks. Snow is left. Rinsel is right. Rinsel coming back. Oh. Ellison scrambling. A flag goes down. There is an area where you're allowed to clip, and I'm sure you saw the clip of Lance Rinsel. And he was out of that area where you are allowed to clip. It's inside the tackles and a yard to either side of the line of scrimmage. That will be a clipping assessment against the Rams. It will hurt half the distance to the goal.
Big break for the Redskins. Big mistake by the Rams because Willie really forced that yardage there, Frank.
Willie is running like he ran last week, but he gained 247 yards. He has 51 yards on this evening and 11 carries.
That gets him close to that treasured 1,000 yards on the season. As Frank has mentioned, Little of Denver and Brockington of Green Bay have already gotten there.
The Rams on second down, moving from their 9-yard line. Snow is left, Rinsel out to the right. Second down and 14. Gabriel with the draw fake. Larry Smith. Smith hit hard by Chris Hanberger. Just about a pickup of, well, we'll give him 1. Hanberger moving back quickly. Time remaining, 6 minutes and 26 seconds, and moving.
Don, you're sure right about the play of those Redskins linebackers tonight.
That was his safety valve that he threw to that last play, and the safety valve lost, picked up maybe a yard or two. That grin's coming back a little bit.
It's always hard to tell with George because he doesn't come by grins too easily. Tank McClinton, another good young linebacker, was just in that picture.
Third down and 12, a critical third down call for Roman Gabriel. Both wide receivers go out to the right. Keeps both of his backs in to protect him. Looking for Snow, now he throws it away as he was hit at the goal line.
I think they're going to call that intentional grounding.
Chris Hanberger, and what a great time to have the blitz on.
I believe that's what it is, Frank, intentional grounding.
Intentional grounding.
There is the move.
And the loss of down.
That means the Rams will have to turn the football over to the Redskins. 5 minutes and 46 seconds remain to be played. Pat Studstill comes on to kick to Speedy Duncan, who leads the National Football Conference and returns. And Ted Factor. Allen, obviously unhappy with that call.
I don't know why he would.
We don't have the slightest idea.
Yeah, I think he's upset about something else.
Well, coaches are like that.
They sure are.
Studstill will have a slight breeze, as you can see.
My goodness, too much time.
You know
everything in this game.
You know what I think that call is going to be? I think he's going to call illegal procedure by the Rams because it appeared to me that the center made a motion to snap that ball and didn't snap it.
You might be right. I also think that George Allen's complaint related to a demand for a call of a safety against the Rams on the prior play.
if he had been in the end zone and that play, if it had been a penalty, in other words, I don't think Roman was in the end zone when he did that, but that's right. If the penalty had occurred while he was in the end zone, it would have been a safety. All right, a more difficult situation for the punter, Pat Studstill. The Rams will now have to kick from a tight formation. He'll have to hurry this football. That means that we will perhaps see Speedy Duncan with an opportunity for a return. We won't. It was a bad kick that will go out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A 35-yard punt by Studstill. And NFL Monday Night Football, the Washington Redskins versus the Los Angeles Rams, continues from the Los Angeles Coliseum with the score, the Rams 24, the Redskins 31.
This year, we set out to shrink the ride of a big car into a new personal-size Mercury Montego MX Brougham and came up with 1972's Car of the Year. That's what Road Test Magazine decided, officially. They looked at over 40 new cars and picked our personal-size Montego for its authentic big car ride. We told you Mercury Montego would make a splash at the sign of the cat.
Getting onto the freeway at rush hour is a challenge if your car has this problem. Step on the gas and it stumbles, falters. That's called hesitation. In real cars, it may be caused by poor fuel distribution. If it is, you may get help from Esso. 3 new efficiency gasolines with HTA. Try a couple of tankfuls. For a lot of cars, that's all you may need to overcome hesitation and help you meet the freeway challenge.
Game. Billy Kilmer coming back onto the field. Billy Kilmer, 14 of 19, 246 yards. The Redskins had a 24-10 lead at halftime. They stretched that to 31-10 when Kilmer hit Jefferson for a touchdown pass, but now it is shortened to 31-24. 1 touchdown away of the Los Angeles Rams. Redskins, 1st and 10, moving on the Rams' 38-yard line. Brown gets the call, moves behind Haraway, scrambling for a couple of yards.
I was saying as we came back on the air, Frank, this is probably, in terms of time consumed, our longest game of the year, though it doesn't seem that way because of all the action.
Big plays have been the story in turnovers tonight. Mentioned the Monday nights coming up. We'll have the North-South Shrine game on Monday, December 27th, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. Then NBA basketball. The Milwaukee Bucks against the New York Knicks. 8 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, January the 3rd. 2nd down and 8. The ball just short of the 35-yard line of the Rams. Jefferson motions left. Mr. McNeil is out to the right. Haraway gets the call, picks up about 2. 86, Marlon McKeever saw Merlin Olsen on top. His little brother, Phil, is on the bottom. Little brother.
Little brother. Well, if they don't make the first down, Mr. Knight again becomes a very consequential figure.
Isn't the record for attempted field goal something like 49, Frank?
It is 49.
And how many has he had now? 43?
And he has attempted 43.
It's amazing.
3rd down and 5. The ball is at the 32-yard line. An important down for the Redskins. A field goal attempt would have to be made against the wind, a brisk wind. And that's what it'll be as Coy Bacon moves across to bury Larry Brown. Loss of 4. And out will trot Kurt Knight. Four minutes and 2 seconds remain to be played in the football game. And the Rams, you better believe, will try to block this one. So much at stake. This football season started in August. And it's going to come down, at least in the Western Division of the National Football Conference, to the final weekend.
Frank, the Rams call a timeout and to stop the clock. I suppose the thinking behind that would be, let's don't let that clock run anymore. We're going to get the ball back. I can't think of any other reason why they'd call it.
I can't think of any reason at all, and I really question it. From the 43-yard line, Kurt Knight. Oh, and he's hit a beauty. But it's off to the right. He had plenty of distance, and I think the wind that we've talked about caught that football. So the Rams get another opportunity. And you have to admire Tommy Prothro's Rams. They have some veterans, but they're basically a young football team.
You know, George Allen said, too, before the game that he intended to use Sonny Jurgensen some tonight. I don't think he could expect anything more from a quarterback than Billy Kilmer's given him.
That's why he hasn't used Jurgensen.
Billy Kilmer, 14 of 19 for 246, but the Rams have the football. They're moving from their own 20, first and 10. Both backs coming out of the backfield. Over the middle, incomplete, intended for Bob Klein. Myron Patios, number 66, dropping from his middle linebacking position, defending.
He caught a shot there, man. I'll tell you, Patios hit him good. It was a good, clean lick. He was all strung out trying to catch it. The Redskins had gone into kind of a double zone. They were doubling both outside receivers, leaving, actually, the linebackers to cover that middle. Patios did his job.
Isaiah Robertson and Myron Patios in that coverage are both responsible for Klein. Patios was there. Incomplete. Gabriel now 13 of 35. Not much. Again from the 20 on second down. You saw the time remaining. A little less than 4 minutes. Rensel is moved out by Gabriel. Here comes Larry Smith, cutting back. Met there by Jimmy Jones, number 82. Tommy Prothro sending a play in now with Les Josephson. Gain of about 5. It'll be third down and 5, and I would say it's an important third down call.
Might be time for one of those gadgets.
Bill Brundage, Jimmy Jones, both into the defensive line for the Redskins, anticipating the Roman Gabriel pass. Both wide. Well, now Klein goes far to the right. Rensel's in the slot, the top of your screen. Snow is on the left side. Pass covering Snow. Fisher on Rensel. Playing in tight. Incomplete. Pat Fisher. Pat Fisher, the 11-year veteran, covering Bob Klein. Bob Klein is 6'5". Pat Fisher is 5'9". And he gets a little handshake from Brig Owens. Fourth down.
It appears that they're going to go for it.
It looks that way. No punting unit in.
We saw them do a very similar thing in Baltimore, as you might recall. Tommy Prothro, he takes his chances.
Well, this one is there's got 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Again, I have to question the call.
I sure would too, Frank.
As I did in Baltimore.
It may work for him, but boy, it's dubious.
They have a 2-minute warning to stop the clock for Tommy Prothro. Let's hope it works.
It works.
Does. Jack Snow. Over the 35 to the 37.
I'm telling you, you can't accuse him of leaving anything at home. He brought it all out here. He's trying it all. Let's see it on split screen. Here's Jack Snow. And again, it's that crossing pattern. Roman faked into the middle. That was Larry Smith. You'll see Snow coming back across. And he is wide open, and it does pick up a big first down.
Okay, the Rams. First and 10. They'll move from their own 37-yard line. 2 minutes and 32 seconds remain to be played in the football game. Snow is right. Rensel is left. Did he hold on to it? He did not. Larry Smith coming out of the backfield. Incomplete. Wow, we've got a good one. It has really been some kind of a season on Monday night.
I'm either getting to be a heck of a lot more and a better football fan, or we really had some good football games on our Monday night. Every one of them been exciting.
We've had some good ones, and I just wonder about next year as the college and pro game continue to get closer and closer together, and we get coaches like Prothro and Devine in there. Maybe next year, the wishbone in the offensive arsenal for at least some plays.
5-man secondary for the Washington Redskins. Speedy Duncan is in on second down and 10. The Rams with the football. The draw play to Josephson, and he's tripped up. Big number 79, Ron McDowell, the 11-year veteran out of Nebraska. All right. Again, as we look at George Allen, and we've talked so much about the emotion that takes place in football, as the referee indicates the 2-minute warning. And with timeout, the score, The Redskins 31, the Los Angeles Rams 24.
Remember the year the forecast called for flurries? Or the time they predicted a 1-inch fall? But no matter what they promise, it seems that every winter gets tougher than the one before. But now there's a snow tire for tough winters. The Goodyear Suburbanite Polyglass tire. It's the kind of rugged tread you need to tame a tough winter. With more than 150 big cleats. Built deep to bite deep. The Goodyear Suburbanite Polyglass tire. The snow tire for tough winters.
There is our tale from the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum. A vital game, perhaps more vital to the Los Angeles Rams, who trailed by the single touchdown, and they have a 3rd down and 12 call as Gabriel sends Rinsel to the left to be covered by Mike Bass. Out to the right, Jack Snow draws double coverage of Pat Fisher and Brig Owens. 3rd and 12 from the 34. Incomplete, intended for Josephson.
Now he has to go for it. Now, fellas, we have the situation we had in the Rams-Colts game. We're inside the 2-minute mark. That time, I thought Prothrow made the right call.
Howard, we were also outside the 2-minute warning in Baltimore, and we were criticized for criticizing Tommy Prothrow. But one of the reasons we criticized him at that point was the fact that the 2-minute warning would have stopped the clock. Now he has to go for it. He will not be stopped again. He only has 2 timeouts remaining. And we're going to watch it. Jack Snow goes right. He'll draw double coverage on 4th down from Pat Fisher and Brig Owens on the quick count. A wrestling match, and I don't know who the interference will be called against, offensive or defensive. Rinsel was in a hassle with Mike Bass, and I think it will go against the Rams. Rinsel. Offensive interference. With 1:52 remaining.
All right, let's take a look at it. Rinsel 13. Bass 41. Let's see what happens. That's Pettibone, actually, that he's...
No question either, Don.
Yeah, no. That is offensive interference.
Done that a few times myself. When you have to, you have to. Can't really criticize Rinsel. He
going for the ball.
Get to the football. George Allen.
May look a little more relaxed there. Tommy's head bowed. Understandable. Washington has but to run out the clock. 1:52 seconds. Los Angeles will, of course, now have to utilize its remaining 2 timeouts.
Redskins with the football. They'll move from their own 34-yard line. And Haraway rounding up the middle. A little hassle between Shue and Dave Jones. A chance to tell you that our executive producer of NFL Monday Night Football is Roone Arledge, and tonight's game was produced and directed by Chet Forty, co-produced by Dennis Lewin, co-directed by Don Ohlmeyer, our associate director Lou Frederick. Technical directors tonight, Bill Morris and John Broderick. Our engineering supervisors, Roy Robbins and Lynn Bottom. Our unit manager, Bob Piatek. Assistants to the producers, Bill Yerrick and Bob Goodrich. I'd like to also thank Bob Cochran of the Commissioner's Office, who's assisted us so ably throughout the season as we watch the Redskins moving on 2nd and 8, just killing the clock. Rams using another timeout.
While giving thanks, let's give a nod to the hardworking publicity people. Men like Herb Brodsky in the East and David Dyer in the West.
Well, as long as we're giving thanks, let's thank our statistician, Jerry Capstar, and our spotter, Peter Schweitzer.
Well, then don't forget our engineers and our cameraman. Irv Brodsky is your personal PR man, right?
Maybe even the pilot.
Yeah, don't forget to... I ain't touching that one.
On the sidelines, Bill Kilmer talking to George Allen will tell you again, a Washington victory means that the Washington Redskins have clinched at least a playoff spot in the National Football Conference. They could win the division if they can beat the Cleveland Browns next Sunday. And should the Dallas Cowboys fail against the St. Louis Cardinals, as Don says, no chance next Saturday. The Rams now are in a lot of trouble. They've dropped percentage points behind San Francisco. San Francisco meets Detroit next week. That won't be easy. And the Pittsburgh Steelers will not be easy for the Los Angeles Rams. But you can see the disappointment written on Tommy Prothro's face. One timeout remaining for the Rams. I'd like to thank both of you guys.
It's been fun. Thank you. It's been fun. Howard,
let's have this play, and then I'll put you both in your proper niches.
Oh, that'll be a lot of fun.
On third down, the Rams can only stop the clock once. A slight hint of a smile on head coach George Allen's face. Larry Brown moving behind John Wilbur. All right.
Fellas, I do want to thank you both. Dandy, you've been a positive revelation the entire season. You've restored folklore to America.
Howard, I'm just doing the best I can.
And Frank, I think the sign puts it right. You paint it like it is.
And Howard, if it ain't the way it is, then you just do it the way you want it.
And one more thing, I think that we have to thank about 1,500 professional football players that have given not only our Monday nights a lot of excitement, but they've given some 40 million people, some 40 million football fans, because they must be there, they watch. Many more thrills this year than last year, and I'm sure it'll be that way next year. And on fourth down, Kurt Knight has come in. 53 seconds remain to be played. The Rams are out of timeouts. Now they're going to get the football back, whether Knight makes this or not. Of course, they'll be trying desperately to block the field goal. They do not. It's off to the right, touchback. Would you believe it's not totally over yet?
48 seconds to go. A whole season at stake. As Frank said, they began in August.
And watch the Rams line up at the line of scrimmage. They have called their play on the sidelines, and I don't believe it's coming down to this. Still a shot. There's Rensel and Snow, both good deep receivers. He'll get out of bounds. Josephson killing the clock. 42 seconds. And he picks up the first down in doing so. Again, the Rams have no more timeouts. But Josephson has stopped the clock. Tommy Prothro, I'll say it again, he's done a fine job with this football team. George Allen, the winningest coach in the National Football Conference.
You've got to give it to that man.
Josephson again. Richie Pettibone is there. Did he get out of bounds?
I believe he did.
Yes, he did. Again, he kills the clock.
35 seconds to go.
I remember a given game on a given day in 1958 when I saw number 19 use that clock. Against what team?
It could have been the Giants, and it could have cost me about $2,000 in the championship game, and it did. And, well, what can you say? That was Johnny Unitas's great period, and he's coming back, leading those Baltimore Colts again. They're either going to win, they're certainly going to be in the playoffs. This on second down. The Rams try it again. Oh, there it is. Speedy Duncan. There it is. He'll probably go all the way. Roman Gabriel, the last man who could have stopped it, he was blocked by Jimmy Jones, and there must be delirium in the nation's capital tonight.
There's your
6
change
yards.
expression.
It's understandable, and that camera should be on that man. We've given the ins and outs, we think, both sides of the stories about George Allen during the course of the game. Meredith's words in the background, as written by Corinne Griffith. Oh, Marshall, forgive me. And a happy George Allen, who took a team. Everybody laughed at his trades. He said, the future is now, and he made it stick. So our congratulations to George Allen.
Dallas Cowboys go fight, fight.
All right, the conversion. Kurt Knight on. And it's good.
Turn out the lights, the party's over.
And this huge Coliseum is rapidly losing a lot of Ram fans.
Been a good football game.
Tommy Prothro, one of the winningest of all college coaches, 10 years at Oregon State, 2 times the Pacific Coast champion, 6 years at UCLA, and ranked in the nation's top 10 4 of his 6 years there. Good man. You know, he came in and took over this Ram football team, and there was a lot of question, as you might think, from the Ram veterans, and he has made believers of them.
He's treated them like men, Frank.
That he has. He put in one rule I'm sure, Don, you would have approved of.
I liked it.
No curfew for the Rams.
Oh, that wasn't the one I thought you were talking about.
Merlin Olsen told me it's not any fun anymore. There's no challenge. Kurt Knight kicking off. He'll squib it along the ground. Taken out there by Larry Smith. 20 seconds. Again, the Rams, of course, will have called their offensive play on the sidelines.
1942 was the last time the people of Washington had a team in a championship game. They've waited a long time, but they've got it with this team and with George Allen, the Redskins in the playoffs.
Roman Gabriel. Try with the screen this time. Smith. Clock counting down with 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, no seconds. How about the Washington Redskins? Again, I'll tell you, the Rams now are in deep trouble. Percentage points now behind the San Francisco 49ers. 49ers again will play Detroit next weekend. The Rams will go against Pittsburgh. So it all comes down, as it so often does in the NFL, to the final day. The Washington Redskins, of course, stay right with the Dallas Cowboys. Half game behind. If they can beat Cleveland next weekend, Dallas should lose to St. Louis. They will win their Eastern Division of the National Football Conference. George Allen. And again, the final score, the Washington Redskins 38, the Los Angeles Rams 24. We'll return to the Los Angeles Coliseum in just a moment.